butt hurt because none of them are getting to call it tonight.
welcome in everybody to the Boyd, Russell, Ashland, Greenup, also known as the B.R.A.G tournament. I'm Chauncey Griffith along with Mr. Seth Cottle, and we're so glad to have you along here on MyTown TV for the third annual, Seth, B.R.A.G wrestling tournament. It's kind of like an unofficial district tournament for area wrestling, and it's going to be a great night.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is the third year in a row we've done this together, so let's get comfortable and have a good time tonight.
Hey, that's right. If you notice on your screen, a little different setting this year. We were at Catlettsburg, now elementary, the former Catlettsburg High School 2 years ago. Last year we were in the Russell Gymnasium. This year we are at Historical Alumni Gymnasium. The Ashland Tomcats are the host this year, and couldn't pick a better setting for an intimate wrestling tournament. This place has been here since 1927, and believe it or not, it has a nickname, Seth. The gym does. Back in the day, they called it the House of Horrors because it's everything's kind of enclosed. The fans are right up against the mat, which for an event like wrestling proves to be an awesome setting.
Yeah, this is a great atmosphere.
Yes, sir. Also, just a few facts for you about the gym. This is the kind of stuff that interests me, and then we'll talk about wrestling, I promise. The House of Horrors was the home to the 1928 national champion Ashland Tomcats.
Do you remember that year, or is that?
That was a few years before my time, buddy, but I appreciate you throwing that out there. Also home to state titles in 1928, 1933, 1934, and 1961. So the word historical, it proves true here in Ashland, Kentucky. And this building has been given Glory Road status by the Kentucky Basketball Hall of Fame. It was back in 2022. So it's kind of an honor to be in here broadcasting.
Yeah, this is somewhere, not a lot of places have that much history, and the fact that they just keep it up, we were talking about it earlier, this building to be so old is still in great shape, and the fact that they get to host things like this here, it still brings honor to the building. Yeah,
no question about it. This is actually where the Ashland Tomcats wrestling program, this is where they practice. So a lot of things, youth basketball, a lot of things have gone on in this gym. This is the first time, though, that the B.R.A.G tournament has taken place here in this gymnasium. If you notice on your screen, they're clearing the mats for wrestler introductions, so we definitely don't want to miss that for you folks watching at home. And whenever they begin that, we will turn it over to the PA announcer. As we mentioned, Boyd County, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup County. And it looks to be a pretty fun night.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I've been around wrestling now going on probably 3 years heavy, and it's one of the sports that you just fall in love with the more that you're around it.
Absolutely. You wrestled in high school for a year, didn't you?
For a short stint, yeah. I think I knew my head coach pretty well.
Yeah, I think we won't talk about that one though. Nonetheless, the something you may notice a little different this year, which is an awesome thing. A little more ladies on the mat.
Yeah, female wrestling, it's really taking a jump in the state of Kentucky.
Yes.
We were talking, Coach McClellan the other day at practice, how, just having a girls team now and showing up and filling spots, you don't just get wins that way anymore. The girls are developing, and, teams around here are filling weight classes with girls from top to bottom. So it's really growing.
Yes, sir. All four schools represented here tonight have multiple female wrestlers, and not only is the sport of wrestling female wrestling, man, he looks good.
He's one of those guys that goes to football and then comes in and cuts pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That took him a little longer this year than it did last, but that's still a big cut.
That's two different things.
Oh, yeah. Weight's good. And
you don't want to cut weight. And welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. As they're announcing the wrestlers in the gym, we will do just that. They started with Boyd County, so we will do that as well. Boyd County, the only team here this evening that's filling all weight classes. At 106 pounds, we'll say, for the Boyd County Lions, 8th grader Xavier Price. At 113 pounds will be 7th grader Jackson Allen. Wrestling at 120 is sophomore Gavin McAlvin. Wrestling at 126, sophomore Xander Nottingham. At 132, senior Bentley Brown. At 138, senior Caden Nottingham. At 144 pounds, sophomore Jace Bowling. Wrestling at 150 pounds, junior Chase Gillum. Wrestling at 157 pounds, freshman James McDaniels. Actually, I take that back. I don't think Boyd County is going to have a 165-pounder here tonight. Is that right, Seth?
From what I've been told, I don't believe Tony. I know Tony Leader's not here, but I don't believe they're going to fill the weight class.
Okay. So at wrestling at 175 pounds, Amos Blankenship Jr. Wrestling at 190, sophomore Cameron Berner. Wrestling at 215, senior Caden Thompson, and at 285, senior Cameron Thompson. Now you see on your screen the Boyd County Lady Wrestlers.
The 165 coach is going to be Brandon Price. Okay. I didn't know that.
Brandon Price. We'll fill him in now. Coming up now are the Boyd County female wrestlers, the girls wrestling team, wrestling at 100 pounds, 7th grader Aaliyah Stephen. Wrestling at 107, freshman Madison Daughtry. No 114-pounder. Wrestling at 120 pounds, 7th grader Tylen Gillum. Wrestling at 126, 8th grader Haley Diamond. Wrestling at 132, junior Lexi Dingus. Wrestling at 138, 7th grader Avery Miller. At 145, 8th grader Emily Price. At 152, Catherine McDaniels. At 165, Maya Maston. At 185, Naomi Bussey. And at 235, junior Destiny Walters, daughter of assistant coach Craig Walters. Now you see on your screens, kind of got a lot of things going on here right now with the player introductions. It sounds like they're introducing Russell next, I do believe. We'll go over that real quick. Nobody wrestling at 106, 113, or 120 for Russell. Their lightest weight here tonight is 126-pounder senior Lucas Ham. Wrestling at 132, 7th grader Sawyer Merrill. Wrestling at 138 for the Russell Red Devils, junior Dylan Burton. Wrestling at 144 pounds, senior Maddox Patrick. Wrestling at 150 pounds, sophomore Lane Osborne. Wrestling at 157, freshman Jack Madden. Wrestling at 165, sophomore Gavin Skaggs. Wrestling at 175, junior Jordan Rowe. Empty weight class at 190 pounds. At 215, junior Wyatt Hudson. And at 285, sophomore Elijah Iddings. For the girls' side of the Russell Red Devil program, at 152, Riley Osborne. And at 235, Lily Madden. And that is your Russell Red Devils roster. For Greenup County, looks like they're doing Greenup next. At 106, Waylon Hall. At 120, Hunter Crabtree. At 126, Max Worthington. At 138, David Craig. At 144, Trenton Francis. At 150, Jaden Berry. At 175, Damian Parsons. And at 215, Wade Perkins. So Greenup does not have a wrestler at 113, 132, 157, 165, 190, and 285. And Seth, we'll talk about how that affects scores a little bit later on. And for the Ashland Tomcats, actually, there are 3 females for the Greenup Musketeers. At 120, Abby Howard. At 126, Violet Brown. And at 132, Maddie Westfall. That is a look at your Greenup County Musketeers. For the Ashland Tomcats, No wrestlers between 106 and 144, but they have the remainder of the weight classes filled starting at 150 pounds. Sophomore Tanner Woodman at 157, Clarence McDade at 165, Aiden Friley at 175, sophomore Nathaniel Williams at 190 pounds, senior Braden McGee at 215 pounds, sophomore Cameron Burnside, and at 285, sophomore Wyatt Riley. So that's a look at your Ashland Tomcat boys wrestling roster. For the females at 100 pounds, Emma McDavid at 114, Cheyenne Maggard at 120, Hayden Meeks at 126, Skyland Watts at 132, Vivian Moyer at 138, Riley Mahan at 145, Bailey Stevens at 152, Ava Mock, and wrestling at 235, Amani Hutchison. That's a look at your Ashland Tomcats. So, Seth, now that we got through all those, there will be other names that we mentioned. There are alternates. There are exhibition matches toward the end. We will do our absolute best to cover all those matches as well. What we started to talk about before we started introducing, this is a dual meet, so points go as follows. In a wrestling match, you earn points. The winner of the wrestling match, they earn points for their team.
Yes.
Can you explain more about that, Seth?
So, as far as points goes, I know that whenever a wrestler gets a takedown, they'll get 3 points awarded.
Right.
Then you can go to your back, which we call back points. You can get a count up to 4 seconds, I believe.
Up to 5 seconds, you get 4 points.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
So that's how you get your points, and then you get a reversal, which is 2 points.
Yes.
And then you can get what we call an escape. If you're on bottom, they have control of you. You get up, turn around, face them, you break. And I believe we're getting ready to do national anthem.
Yes, sir. We'll be back in just a moment on the MyTown TV.
Let's go big or let's go home.
We're working hard to show up every day.
Are you working hard for your school?
Pathways has been around for over half a century, providing quality behavioral health care services for 60 years.
Pathways is your certified community behavioral health care clinic. Learn more at pathways-ky.org. Expert care, backed by experience.
Hey, y'all think we can do 25? 30. 1, 2, 15, 16, 21, 22, 30. Return, refresh, refuel.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
This country runs on skilled hands, and right now, we don't have enough of them. Electrician jobs are booming, and IBEW Local 317 is training the folks who'll keep America lit. If you're ready to learn a trade that matters, visit us at 1848 Madison Avenue, Huntington.
And welcome back into MyTown TV, the B.R.A.G Wrestling Meet here at historical Alumni Gymnasium. Glad to have you along here. As we were talking about, Seth, the scoring in a match, at the end of a match, you can win a couple of different ways, either by pin,
yes,
or by points. You have a major decision or a minor decision, depending on how many points you win by. However, the winner of the match earns points for their team, right?
Yes.
And that goes as follows. A pinfall is 6 points. A forfeit or a DQ is also 6 points. So if a team doesn't have a wrestler at a certain weight class, that means the other team automatically gets 6 points if they do fill that weight class.
Yes, sir.
So that's a big deal, filling all the weight classes. Forfeit or a disqualification, that's 6 points. Tech fall, that's winning by 15 points or more. At the end of a match, no pinfall, but one wrestler is ahead by 15 or more. That's 5 points for his team. You can win by a major decision, 8 to 14 points. That's four points for your team. And Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, a tech fall automatically means the match is over. Is that right?
Tech fall. So you're saying if you get up by 15 points or more?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
The match is over. It's like a mercy rule almost.
Yes, 100%. Unless you're in if the opponent gets down by 15, reverses the position, and has you in a pinning position, they will allow the match to continue.
They'll continue it. Okay.
Yes, but now once you get out of that position, the match will then end.
I got you. And then the other way to win is by decision, which is between 1 and 7 points. So a lot of ways you can score points in a match, and a lot of ways the result of your match can score points for your team. So we're going to do our absolute best to keep track of that. We got wrestling coming up here in just a few moments. Seth, for the people watching at home who are not familiar with the sport, a lot more people might be familiar with WWE or professional wrestling.
Yes.
Pinfall is not the same in WWE or pro wrestling as it is here on the mat.
Correct, yeah. A pinfall here on the mat, there's a little triangle that is made between your shoulder blades, and whenever whenever they get that triangle down on the mat for 1 second, for a 1 count, then you will see the official come in, slap the mat, blow the whistle, and that would be your pin.
That's right. I always thought of it, like you said, as a triangle.
Yeah.
If all 3 points are touching the ground for a second, match over. There's no 3 count.
No, sir. No, sir.
So don't be waiting for the dramatic 1, 2. It's not how this works. It looks like on mat 1, the mat you see on your screen, it's going to be Boyd County facing off against Russell to start things out. I see the head coach is out there, Coach Clayton McClellan. Has his team performing quite well this season. They're 10-1 in duels, and they are the 2025 third place they earned third place in the region tournament. Easy for me to say. They were also the 2025 AIT champion, the 2025 Bobby Bates team runner-up. That's a big deal.
That's a huge tournament.
The 2025 Southeastern Pools team runner-up in Alabama.
Yep.
And they are currently ranked 12th in the state as a team. That is a major accomplishment for the Boyd County Lions wrestling program. Talk about the Southeastern Pools. Boyd County traveled down to Alabama.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of cold. They didn't know what they were getting into.
Not a clue.
Coach McClellan had enough confidence in his team to bring him down to Alabama, and they came out the champs.
They came out
runner-up.
Yeah, I mean, still to them, to us, that's huge. Talking to him before he went, he was trying to just, take these kids down there. Not that he didn't have confidence in them, but, let them travel, go down there, see different styles of wrestling.
Sure.
And, they went down there and they put Kentucky wrestling on the map.
That's right.
They went down there, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Those are well-known wrestling states, and, came out with second place.
Absolutely. Russell coming into this one under head coach Josh Wills at 6-3 on the season. This is only their second year, is that right, as a varsity team?
I believe that is correct.
Coach Wills has his team performing pretty well. They're the 25-26 small school third place tournament. Small school region third place. That's a big accomplishment. There's a lot of teams that go into those tournaments.
Yes.
And for them to come out in third place. You see there at 106, Boyd County getting their hand raised there. That's Xavier Price. So that'll be 6 points for the Lions to start things out, Seth. And then at 113, that's 6 points as well. That Jackson Allen, the 7th grader, comes out and earns 6 more for his team just by being here. At 120, Gavin McAlvin, the sophomore. He's also a member of the varsity baseball team for the Lions. Our first matchup tonight will take place at the 126-pound weight class between Boyd County's Xander Nottingham, ranked 13th in the state, and he will be facing off against Lucas Ham, a senior who placed 6, I believe, in the region tournament, in the small school region tournament. That's a big accomplishment. So both Nottingham and Lucas Ham are ready to rock and roll here. You see there, Seth, both wrestlers start the match in the standing position, facing off with one another, and they will be, depending on how the matches go, that's not always the way that the second and the third round will start off.
Yeah. That setting position, we call that neutral. You'll hear us refer to that tonight. And then after the period's over, they'll flip a coin, red or green. You get to choose top, bottom, or neutral.
3 points go to Nottingham for the takedown. And then a couple of more points awarded there for back points. You mentioned that when we were talking about match scoring earlier. Had his opponent on his back for a few moments there. Over on mat 2, Ashland and Greenup County facing off. 3 more back points awarded now to Nottingham for Boyd County. It's 8-0. Something else you might notice, your picture's not off. You don't need to adjust anything. Boyd County is wearing purple, so don't be alarmed. There's nothing wrong. For this unofficial region tournament, we call it the B.R.A.G tournament, Boyd County, Coach McClellan has chosen to honor a different elementary in the district each year. First year it was Catlettsburg. Last year it was Summit. They wore red and blue. This year it's Ponderosa. The Mustangs, there's a horse on their back. And as you see there, Nottingham let Ham back to his feet. So Ham earned 1 point for the escape there. And he's looking to get another takedown here. As he's on the line, he's got to be careful. The circle is the boundary line, Seth.
Yes, both opponents have to be completely out of the circle. I believe that was a rule change this year. It used to be the where as long as, or if they just had 1 foot in, that they would call it out of bounds. But if the wrestler on top or on bottom has 1 foot inbounds, then the wrestling will still go.
Okay. 15-1 the score after 1 period here, as Nottingham not necessarily going for the pin here, just going for points.
When we're in duels, you like to see those pins here, so I'd say you'll see Nottingham try to roll him over. If he gets him to his back here, and then he comes off of his back, then you will see the tech fall. But if he holds him down, gets the pin, that's 6 points. You'd rather see that.
That's right. The tech fall is 5 points. The pin is 6. And there were 2 more back points, actually 3 more back points. So the score 18-1. That's called a technical fall. It's kind of like a mercy rule by points in wrestling. So the match is over, and Boyd County as a team awarded 5 points. So right now the dual score here on mat 1, Boyd County 5 and Russell. I take that back with the forfeits. Boyd County 23, Russell 0. We're now at the 132-pound weight class. That's Bentley Brown, a senior for Boyd County, facing off against Sawyer Merrill, a 7th grader for the Red Devils. 3-1 the score. 3 points for the takedown go to Bentley Brown, and a point for the escape goes to Merrill. Bentley Brown comes into this one as a senior. He's ranked 11th in the state at the 132-pound weight class. He's 30-6 on the season, and he's a 5-time state qualifier. That's a big deal.
That's pretty impressive.
Bentley Brown there, you see, as the score now 6-1, trying to wear down his opponent. We'll see some crazy positions when a wrestler's on top, trying to break him down, things like that. You see he was going for a cradle there, elected to let his opponent back up. Merrill back on his feet. 6-2 now the score, and he's going to get 3 more here for the takedown. Now, referee Alex Green did not signal points until Brown went around and they call it hip control.
Yes, you got to clear the hips is what we talk about all the time. Yes, you're exactly right. If you're just locked up on the head, then they're not going to give you your points. You got to get them down, clear the hips, and then get a dominant position.
9-3 the score now as Brown working on, there's another takedown, so it's 12-3 now. Brown working on again, breaking his opponent down. He's going to elect again, let him back up. 12-4 the score. What do they call that, Seth?
The whoop-de-doo. I'm not sure there, Coach.
Yeah.
He jumped back over him. I think he's just trying to stay in bounds.
You might need to get copyright on that, buddy. The whoop-de-doo. As the clock stopped now with 0.4 seconds to go, the wrestler's out of bounds, and they're going to blow it back in here, and you won't see much as the buzzer sounds, and that's 1 period down here at the 132-pound weight class.
I didn't see him do the coin flip, so I'm not really sure how they decided who we got to choose.
Yeah. Nonetheless, they were both in the standing position, neutral position. Is that's what you call that?
That's what you call that.
Yep.
In duels, I could be wrong here, but I believe that certain weight classes go to certain people for the choice. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Because I know Alex Green quite well, and he would not mess up the rules.
No, sir.
He's not going to not flip the coin if he's not supposed to.
He's a consummate professional.
He is. He helps really grow the sport of wrestling.
Yes, sir. 15-5 the score now as Brown working on snapping down his opponent and going for another 3 here as he gets hip control. And it's now 18-5. That's a 13-point advantage for Bentley Brown and the Boyd County Lions here in this match. As he goes for the cradle, he's got his opponent turned over. And you see there, once that triangle is all on the ground, the match is over. So 6 points go to Boyd County here in the 132-pound weight class. The next class up is 138 pounds. We see the other Nottingham. We saw Xander a few moments ago. This is Caden, the senior brother. He's ranked 100 at the 138-pound weight class. He's ranked 15 in the state. He's a 4-time state qualifier for the Boyd County Lions. Facing off against Dylan Burton, the junior for Russell. He's 8-2 on the year, and he is looking for a big win here, trying to get some points in the duel matchup. As over on the second mat, that duel has wrapped up. Ashland comes out victorious there. A lot of forfeits, you call them, Seth. That's not a negative turn. It just means that someone didn't fill a weight class,
right, yes.
So they had to give up points to the other team there. So Ashland defeats Greenup in the first duel over on the other mat. The match that you see on your screen, Caden Nottingham right now leading this one 3-0 here in the first period. See there right now the referee counting points, and there you go. A pinfall for Boyd County. Caden Nottingham gets 6 more for his team, and he goes to 28-6 on the year as an individual. I see everyone on Boyd County's roster, on their starting roster, has a winning, almost everyone, all but one have a winning record on the year. Now on the mat at 144, Jace Bowling, a sophomore. He's a 2-time state qualifier. And he's facing off against Maddox Patrick, the senior at 10-9. He's the captain of the Russell Red Devils wrestling team. This looks to be a pretty good matchup between Bowling and Patrick. 6-1 the score, though, as Bowling is elected for the takedown and allowing the escape. Got his opponent down now, though, Seth.
I believe he was trying to work in the half there, but he lets him back up. Goes for a single leg, coach.
Yep. Didn't have what he wanted. Went for the takedown again, and 9-2 now the score. Good to have you along here tonight, as we are very honored to be bringing you the action here from Alumni Gymnasium in Ashland, Kentucky, as the B.R.A.G tournament is taking place here tonight. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. Boyd County, Jace Bowling scores the pin here for the Boyd County Lions. Earns his team 6 more at the 144-pound weight class over Maddox Patrick. Bowling's record goes to 29-7 on the year. Now on the mat at 150 pounds, Chase Gillum for the Lions is taking on Lane Osborne, the sophomore, for the Russell Red Devils. See there a whistle. Seth, explained to everybody what just happened there.
Well, he went for a single leg there. I believe that is a potentially dangerous move. Whenever you do a takedown, you cannot lift your opponent up and just slam him to the mat.
It has to be controlled.
It has to be a controlled return to the mat.
That's right.
it's a violent sport, but there are safety precautions.
Absolutely. No full Nelsons. There are many illegal moves.
Yes.
And right there you saw one. Not that it was intentional.
No, not at all.
They just moved it back over. And 1 point was awarded, though, to Lane Osborne for the Red Devils. There you see Gillum going for the takedown, and he is awarded 3 points. Looks like he's going for the pin here with 1 minute and 7 seconds. If he gets this locked in, it's going to be really hard to withstand that for over a minute.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, you get put in positions and you almost break their will to want to try to get out because you try, and then there ain't nothing you can do.
That's right. 7-1 the score now. We're still 50 minutes on the clock here in the first round, and Gillum looking to change it up, get some more back points at the very least. He earned the 4, so he decided to let his opponent flip back over. He's going to try for another move to earn more back points.
Exactly right.
Down to 28 seconds left in the match. We plan to be joined by all 4 head coaches here at some point this evening, talk about their programs, talk about, the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, that's how you make it. You allow the sport to grow. If you look at Chaser, he's doing something. He's putting his legs in, and that really makes it hard for their opponent. When you can isolate one leg, it takes away your ability to move on the mat.
And the buzzer you hear in the background means we are 1 period into this match. The score 7-1. Chase Gillum for the Boyd County Lions. Chase Gillum, leads Lane Osborne for the Russell Red Devils. Looks like Osborne will be on top here to start out in the second match. That's a place we haven't seen this scenario in this match. So Gillum quickly to his feet, but no escape yet because he has to remove the hands.
Correct. Yeah, you got to break hands and then turn around and face them to get your escape.
Had a whistle there, Seth.
He's just indicated locking hands, I believe.
That's right.
And you can only lock your hands in what we call a pinning combination.
So no locking of hands when you're trying to flip them over, whenever you're trying to hold them down, and that makes it tough.
It does. It doesn't. We call it locking hands, but you can't even grab your wrists on the other hand. It's not that you actually lock your hands. You cannot even grab onto your forearm or your wrist.
Gillum gets 2 points for the reversal, makes it 9-1. Over on the other match, we've got some lady wrestlers, some girls wrestlers, kind of in some exhibition or I'm not sure, Seth. This might be Boyd versus Ashland.
I believe this is Boyd versus Ashland girls wrestling.
Okay, we might flip over there here in just a few moments. While the score here on mat 1, 13-1, we'll take a look over on the other mat, see some of the ladies in action. Definitely an awesome thing to see the female wrestlers and be able to broadcast that.
Oh, 100%. It's just as technical as the boys wrestling. We're seeing right now the Ashland wrestler is going for the cradle.
Yep.
She's going to get her back on her back, going to try to slide her knee up under her butt, and that keeps her from rolling back down, and that's how you get your pin.
There's your pinfall, yes, sir. So 6 points go to Ashland there, and we'll move back over to mat 1 as Gillum still on top, still working on his opponent. It's 13-1 still, and Osborne doing a great job. You got to be careful. You don't want to get called with stalling.
Correct. That's awesome. Yep, you're
but
right.
What he's doing here, it's effective. He's while he's not escaping or reversing, he's also not getting turned over.
Exactly, and sometimes you just got to weather the storm. And he's been down. Well, we just broke over to the female wrestler, came back, and he was still in the same position, just battling to stay up.
That's right.
Or stay belly down, I guess you could say.
And the whistle there means that we are 2 periods into this match. 13-1 is the score. Gillum in control by far on the scoreboard. Osborne doing a great job, though, holding his own.
Yeah, and this is one of those places of just because you're down big doesn't mean you can't get a pin and it's over. So
That's
you got to
exactly.
be. And there's your armpit, and then you just hook the back of their neck. But here he might be setting up what we call the mixer, Coach. He's going to take a big step to his right and try to roll him over.
Yes, sir. you talk about the half Nelson. One of those illegal moves is the full Nelson. You can have one underhook, but you can't have two.
Correct.
Good job there by Madden getting control of that leg. You've got to have control of something.
Exactly right.
And he did that, and he prevented the cement mixer. After 2 rounds, 6-1 is the score. James McDaniels in control on the scoreboard.
I believe the officials add him 4 more points here. For James, it will be 10-1.
Okay, for back points.
For
is
back,
that right?
Yep, near fall.
I got you. Coach Wills over there just had a quick question for referee Alex Green at the score table. If we can, while we've got just a moment here, we'll flip over to Matt 2. I know that's Lexi Dingus for Boyd County. And do you know right offhand who that is for Ashland?
I do not, Coach. I should be more prepared.
I'm not sure either. Lexi wrestles at 132, and Ashland does not have a 132-pound that could be
Ashland girls is Vivian Moyer.
Vivian Moyer. She's 14-2 on the year. I know this is just based on the crowd reaction I hear in my headset. It's a good one over here.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Well, it was 3-1 when I looked last, so I'm not for sure. Okay. I think they had some scoring issues here.
Lexi Dingus ranked 12th in the state for the Lady Lions. As over on mat 1, James McDaniels scored the pinfall. The score was 10-1. McDaniels comes out victorious, so that's 6 more for Boyd County. So
that'll push them to 52 points, Coach.
There you go. Boyd County in command here. And we've got a stoppage over in the girls' match. We'll keep it right here where we're at as we are now at the 165-pound weight class. That's Brandon Price filling in for Tony Leader at 165, facing off against Gavin Skaggs, a sophomore. 4th place finisher in the Les DeLong tournament. That's a big deal. He's 9-9 on the year for the Red Devils. 3-0 the score as Price scores the takedown here early on.
Price is a first-year wrestler for the Boyd County program. He just came out. He came out kind of late into the season, but, when you're trying to fill weight classes and Tony Leader is a senior and you need someone to fill that weight class next year. And
yes, sir.
He's a quick learner, though, I will say. He's aggressive, Price is, so let's see what he can do here. I think this might be his first varsity start. And I would about guarantee it if Tony Leader's ahead of you.
Got a caution called there. Can you tell everybody why he got called there?
So the official has to allow the bottom wrestler to get set. He will communicate with the bottom wrestler that he is set, and then he will indicate to the top wrestler that he can cover. If you cover too early, you get the caution. If you do it twice, they will get the point.
There you go. I like the way you explain that, buddy. Yeah. But, even I can understand that.
Yeah. I'm doing good then.
Yes, sir. 3-0 the score as Brandon Price on top, working on breaking the opponent down. The opponent, however, who is an experienced wrestler in his own right, Gavin Skaggs, doing his best not to be. You see there he's had a wide base.
Yes, that's huge.
Yes.
Keep your base wide, just makes it harder to turn you over.
1 point goes to Russell. Gavin Skaggs, it's 3-1 as no points yet for the takedown. He's got to get behind him. Skaggs doing a great job holding on to that leg, not letting him around.
You see Price doing a move what we call the crossface.
Yes.
It's one of the most simple moves in wrestling, and I would say one of the most painful.
There you go.
Just take your arm right across the bridge of their nose, right underneath their nose, and you're trying to use that to leverage your body behind them.
That's right.
Circling. We want to circle behind them. And you notice Price here, he seems like he's breathing a little heavy. He's not used to this. It's a little different than practicing every day.
Yes, sir. Good experience for the young man.
For sure.
In his first year.
Yeah, freshman wrestler. Great kid. I see him every day in the hallways. He's a great young kid.
6-1. He gets 3 more there for the takedown. As we'll skip back over to mat number 2 as they're back in action over there between Ashland and Boyd girls. Lexi Dingus taking on Vivian Moyer. It's 6-2 right now as Moyer in control, and she's on top. Dingus, there you see a wide base, and not doing her absolute best not to get flipped over to her back.
Yeah, you'll see she keeps rolling her wrist down, trying to get her hands out wide. because risk control in this sport is very
yes, sir.
key.
I haven't brought that up yet, but that's the one thing that I do know for sure is having control of a wrist is control of that whole side of the body, basically.
Correct, yes. And you'll see them, they'll roll their wrists up under them. Any way you can get a hold of that wrist, it just allows the body to roll over that much easier.
That's right. Down to 34 seconds in the second round here in this ladies matchup between Moyer and Dingus. Moyer's going to just let her up. That gets 1 point for the escape for Dingus. Makes it 6-3 here with 15 seconds to go in the second period. You think they're just standing there, but that's an intense moment.
Yeah, but they're fighting for hand position. That's a lot of it.
Yes, sir. No points awarded yet as the buzzer sounds. And Moyer almost had the takedown, not able to get the points, though.
Yeah, she's going for a move that we call the cowboy. And I don't know about in every wrestling room, but at Boyd County, I know that is the most hated move.
That's right.
A lot of the times you go to these tournaments, they say, do not do the cowboy, do not do the cowboy. But when you're out there and it's just natural for you to grab them and it feels like they can fly over top of you.
Yes.
It's a not easy move to do, but, it's just, I would say, the easiest one to learn.
Dingus on top here, doing her absolute best here. It's 6-3, and an escape would be a big deal for Moyer.
Yes,
that would put her ahead by 4 points.
So just some of the strategy that goes into it. They chose to go bottom here because if she can't get the takedown, which is 3 points.
She's almost got the half. If she's got it, she's going to run it.
Correct.
But what you'll see her doing is trying to keep the opponent down while walking to the head. And they are in a match here. If you can hear in our headset, this is why they call it the House of Horrors, Seth.
Correct, yeah, that's right on top of you.
Yes, sir.
It gets loud in here.
Absolutely. 2 points there for the reversal. 9-5 is the score. Dingus giving some back points, but
she's got to get up, get an escape, and a takedown.
That's right. A 5-point advantage here for Moyer with 52 seconds to go. Dingus doing everything she can to fight back out of that position, but Moyer doing a great job holding her opponent down. You'll see her trying for a move here, and there she is trying to get wrist control. If she can get wrist control, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's the beginning to the end in this sport.
That's right. She's got the half Nelson in, and she's going to run to her head, and eventually that will flip over her opponent if you keep walking to the head. But you've got to be careful when you do that because they'll escape out the other way. There you go. You see chest to chest, and she's using the half Nelson and the wrist control and her lower body, everything trying to get her flipped over. Down to short time, and the buzzer there means that this one is over.
Correct.
Moyer wins this matchup by points, 9-4, but a very exciting matchup between two of the more experienced female wrestlers here tonight.
And you talk about how the sport's grown. You've seen Ashland, their program, their girls program has taken a big step. They started building this program through the middle school.
Yes.
And I believe that girl, she might be a freshman, or I'll have to check, or she might still be in 8th grade.
Okay.
But I've watched her wrestle for the last few years, and just to see the program grow, you see those young kids who get into it, and they just continue to get better and better, and that's what happens.
That's right. We're going to move back over to the mat number 1 here as Boyd County and Russell still going strong here. We're at the 215-pound weight class. Senior Caden Thompson ranked 33rd in the state at that weight class. He's 17-7 on the year. And junior Wyatt Hudson for the Red Devils. He's 16-7 on the year. He's placed in several tournaments, having a successful year. This is a matchup between two pretty heavy hitters, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure. And I was telling you earlier, this is the first time that Thompson has made the 215 weight class this year. So, when you go from heavyweight down to 215, you still kind of face the same strength, but then you get a little bit more athleticism out of those guys. So, Just going to see how he handles it here.
That's right. 3-0 the score right now. Thompson awarded for the takedown, and he's doing his best here to keep Wyatt Hudson down. Hudson, he is a dual sport athlete as well. Is that right, Seth? He's a football player as well.
I believe so.
Thompson, also a member of the football team at Boyd County, and one of the commanders in the ROTC program, and a well-rounded, good young man.
Great kid. Great kid. You can't ask for better. Coachable.
Yep.
Great in the hallways with everybody he meets. He's a great kid.
And you see there, he got his opponent over, and there's the pinfall for Caden Thompson. He will move to 18-7 on the year. He was a state qualifier in the past, and looking to do that again this year.
Yeah, I believe he has a great chance for that. And, just fill you in on the people listening about just the sport itself. That's a kid who played football at 240, and he cut down to 215. That's just what the sport demands out of people.
That's right. This is his twin brother here for Boyd County, Cameron Thompson, a senior, ranked number 28 in the state, taking on Russell's Elijah Iddings, a sophomore. He's a first-year wrestler, and I know Coach Will's glad to have him out this year. As Thompson gets 3 for the takedown, and looking to get his opponent over.
He used him in what we call the power half there.
That's
it's
right.
not a full Nelson, but
no wrist control. You're just using brute force on that one, buddy.
100%.
You say get chest to chest and drive your feet.
And then you get right here, you want to squeeze their head up, and that's what happens.
Lift the head, yes, sir. When you lift the head, the triangle naturally touches the ground.
Has no choice, exactly right.
So 6 more for Boyd County, and that should do it for this duel as Boyd County comes out on top in their matchup against Russell in the boys. And we'll skip back over to mat number 2 as we've got some exciting action here between 2 ladies. This is Boyd and Ashland. We're in the first period. It's 7-0. The Ashland wrestler on top here. Seth, do you have a name for me there? Do you happen to know?
I do not. I believe this is Emily Price for Boyd County at 145, I believe.
Okay. 8th grader.
I believe so.
Exciting matchups all around here tonight as they're changing wrestlers, changing teams on mat number 1. We'll keep it right here. Don't want to miss any of the action that is going on here between these 2 teams. It looks like it's going to be Greenup County and someone here in just a moment on mat number 1. I'll let you know as soon as we find out, right, Seth?
That's exactly right, Coach. We'll keep you informed as we're informed.
I like that. You're pretty good at that. Yeah, coming up those one-liners.
That's because my brain ain't quick enough to come up with 2-liners.
There you go, yeah. See there, that's the end of round number 2. The Ashland wrestler leading 7-0. They're going to be in the standing position.
I will fill you in as far as the Boyd County Russell meet, or the duel over here. I believe Boyd County won every weight class.
They did.
I did miss 2, so I'm not for sure on the final score if it was pin or tech fall or
sure.
whatever. But they did take every weight class.
And Ashland defeated Greenup County in the first boys matchup here.
So you see right here, she's trying to grab her ankle and lift her knee. As she done that, she becomes too high. And then in this sport, if you get too far over their hips, they'll just grab your arm, pull you over, and then you get in a bad position. So you can go from control to bottom very quickly in this sport.
Sure.
And now she's got her, Ashland wrestler has her on her back trying to just lift her head.
And there you go. That's your pin right there.
Exactly right.
So pinfall victory goes to Ashland here in this one. We'll see who's up next here. I believe you're correct. I believe this is the 152-pound.
This is Catherine for sure, yes.
Yeah. She's a returning starter. She was a state qualifier in 2024, wrestling at 152, and she is taking on Ava Malk at 9-7 on the year. McDaniels versus Malk. I will say this, McDaniels definitely has the height advantage in this one.
For sure.
Looking for, what do you call that move?
I believe that's what we call the cow catcher.
Okay.
She's going to try. It's almost like a cement mixer just from your feet.
That sounds like a Jerry Fisher move right there.
You're exactly right.
If anyone listening is familiar with Jerry Fisher, who I'm a big fan of, that sounds like a Jerry Fisher move right there. He was very, very instrumental getting this Boyd County program where it's at right now.
That is a fact. And he probably doesn't want me to say this, but a lot of the things that I know about the sport came from him.
Yes, sir.
So if I make a mistake, it's on him.
Yeah, I knew where you were heading with that one. 3 points go to McDaniel here as she lifts the head, and she's putting her body weight on the chest of Malk and lifting the head, trying to just wear her down. There's still a minute to go here, and she's looking for a pinfall, and there it is.
Yes, and you know, not that she was wrong there, but you want to see more hip down pressure there.
Sure.
With as far as she was, like you said, you want to be chest to chest.
Yes.
When you get past that, you really want to see your hips kind of pushing to the mat, but she done enough.
I remember the way I always learned it, get chest to chest and on your toes.
Yes, on your toes.
Yep.
I help coach youth, and I say that about 100 times a night. So.
And they listen all the time, too.
Never.
Right?
Never.
Coming up to the mat for Boyd County, Maya Maston, a junior. She's a first year wrestler. She's going to not going to have an opponent, so she'll get the 6 points for her team here. Followed by Naomi Bussey, a senior, also a first year wrestler, gets the forfeit win. 6 more points for the Lady Lions, and that's why we say it's beneficial to fill every weight class.
Exactly right.
Coming up for the Lions here is going to be Destiny Walters. And, she does have an opponent. Destiny, a junior. She's ranked 16th in the state. Daughter of Craig Walters, who I'm a big fan of.
Yes.
Graduated high school with Craig. He is an assistant coach here at Boyd County. He's another one of those guys, man, instrumental.
Yes, for sure.
Knowledgeable. And Destiny taking on Amani Hutchison, 5-6 on the year for the Ashland Kittens.
You know, you talk about these guys who are instrumental to the program. It takes a lot of people to run a wrestling program.
You are correct.
You know, just for Insight tomorrow, we got to go to 3 different places in one night.
That's right.
And, you know, you try to send 2 coaches with them to every time. So,
sure.
It takes a lot to keep this thing going.
Sure. 3 points there awarded to Walters as she scores the takedown. You mentioned earlier that the out-of-bounds rule has changed.
Correct.
As long as 1 foot is in bounds.
And you'll see Destiny here. She's going to, depending on what her coach tells her here, she's probably going to try to keep 1 foot in and work the half in.
That's right.
If she wants to just start back middle, she can work both feet out here. See, she's going to get on top here, keep that 1 foot in. She's focused on that foot, believe it or not.
Yeah.
She knows where that foot's at.
That's right.
And she works out.
There you go. 3-0 the score, which means Hutchison will start here on the bottom.
So, just to clarify for people, so where Destiny was on top out of bounds, she was in control as they worked their way out of bounds.
Right.
So then when they restart, she gets the top position. It's the control position.
She's going to elect to let her opponent up and quickly moves in kind of like a lion going after its prey.
Yeah, that's that's the Walters gene. I'll tell you.
That's right.
They are an aggressive bunch of people in a good way.
Yes.
You know, when they're out there on the mat, they want to take it to you. And Destiny, she was trying for a double underhook there. That's one of her go-to things.
Destiny, the younger sister of John Jackson, who is one of the most accomplished wrestlers in Boyd County wrestling history.
Yes, his actual last name is now John Walters.
Oh, good. I did not know that. Yeah.
Yes.
Good deal.
And I feel like he would want me to say that.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you corrected me.
Yes.
6-0 the score as Destiny rolls over her opponent, Hutchison, and there's your pinfall victory.
You know, we talk about John as this is his sister here, but if you go into the wrestling room at Boyd County, John Jackson has 100 wins, and John Walters made it up with 150.
No kidding.
So that's pretty cool. I love looking at that every time I go in there. I think that's a pretty cool thing.
That is awesome. So 250.
No, 150 total. No, 150 total.
Okay,
But
I'm sorry.
At 100 wins, he was John Jackson. At 150, he was John Walters.
I'm with you.
And he is a top-of-the-line kid. You know, he's a young man now. He wrestles at Rio. You know, Boyd County putting kids out there at the college ranks. I believe one day he comes back and he's a coach. He's great at the sport. He's one of the best leaders of young people I've been around as far as being in the class with him. And, you know, can't say enough good things about that guy.
That's right. Who do we have here, Seth? Do you know a name?
I do not, but this is definite. This girl looks like she might be wrestling out of her. No, this is exhibition, has to be.
Okay.
Because there ain't no way this girl weighs 100.
We're going to move back over to mat number 1 here as Boyd County and Greenup County in action.
We got exhibition matches going on here as well, I believe.
Yes.
So the varsity guys must be taking a quick break. And then it should be Boyd and Ashland, I would assume, next, boys.
I think that's last.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out here in a moment. But right now it is Boyd and Greenup.
We got another single leg shot. With the young guys, you know, a lot of the times you'll see they take those shots from far away.
Yeah.
And, you know, a rule of thumb is if you can't touch their head, you shouldn't really shoot. So you see that time he's a lot closer to the person. He takes a double leg, he's able to secure it. If you're far away, they just see it coming. They do what we call a sprawl, and you get out of the way.
That's right. Sprawl means get your feet back.
And hips to the mat.
Yes.
That keeps them from being able to pull. We say pull their leg in. Once you grab it 2-on-1, pull that into you.
Sure.
And that allows you to leverage them back. It's all about angles and leverages in this sport.
Nine to 2 right now, the score. As the first period comes to an end. Looks like Ashland and Russell will be wrestling on mat number 2. As they get set up, we'll step out, take a quick break here, and we'll be back for a duel between the Ashland Tomcats and the Russell Red Devils. Back in just a moment here on MyTown TV.
It's our New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For a limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get 0% APR for 48 months on remaining 2025 Tellurides and brand new 2026 Sorrentos in stock. And be sure to ask about deferred payments for 90 days for qualified buyers.
See our complete inventory and even get pre-approved 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan Home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Get a medium one-topping pizza for $7.99 when you order online Sunday through Wednesday all month long. Enjoy premium taste and quality ingredients. Come hungry and taste the difference today. Find your locally owned Giovanni's and order now at giovannispizza.com.
And we're back here in Ashland, Kentucky at Historical Alumni Gymnasium. Glad to have you along for the B.R.A.G Wrestling Tournament. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. And we're now joined by the one and only Ashland head wrestling coach Butch Scarberry.
That's right. I'm a legend in my own mind.
That's right. Hey, that makes 2 of us, buddy. You doing okay, Coach?
Doing great.
Doing great. You're the organizer of this deal. What a better place to have one of these.
Oh, this is great. Our AD made us turn the lights on because of risk people falling down the steps. But when you got the lights off and it's dingy in here and it just looks like an old gym you want to wrestle in. It's awesome.
I told Jeff Moore before we came on the air, it reminded me of like dusty roads.
Yes.
Coming out, that kind of lighting, it's awesome here.
It's awesome. It's a good event. It's a good venue. It really is.
Coach, talk about your season. Things going well this year.
We're doing pretty well this year. We've upped our schedule. We went up to Summersville for the West Virginia Army National Guard duels. And, had 2 days of duels and did pretty well. Not as well as we wanted, but
sure.
The duels we lost, it come down to one match. We lost by a point or two every one of them. So I'm pretty proud of the way they wrestled.
That's right.
They got some good experience. They got better, and that's what we want. We want them to get pushed. Want them to get better.
Going to tournaments like that, that's the goal.
Yes, that's the goal. Get them quality matches. Get them time on the mat, and get them to learn from their mistakes.
Yes, sir. Talk about. I noticed there, you guys are kind of top heavy in your lineup.
We are very top heavy in our lineup. We usually bring up some middle schoolers to fill where we need to, but
sure.
With the pending weather, they moved their middle school region to tomorrow.
Yes.
We didn't want to take a chance of missing out on that or something happening and not being able to wrestle in the region tournament.
Sure. You that's probably a good call.
Yes.
Weather coming up.
Yes.
You got going off your all stats here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 returning state qualifiers.
Yes.
You've got an experienced bunch.
Yes, we've got a pretty experienced bunch, and a couple of our middle schoolers are even ranked. Our 106, he's ranked 21st, I think, and they're improving. I mean, our top guys that are been around for a while, have seen the state tournament, and they're hungry to be on that podium.
Yes, sir.
They want to get there.
How many years does this make for you, Butch?
706.
I was off by 3. I thought it was 709.
I think it's 26 years.
Is it really? Yeah. Well,
I'm old enough to where kids that I've coached years ago, I'm coaching their kids now. So
yeah. You've been around more than long enough to see how much this sport has grown just in the last few years.
Oh, yes. I mean, when I first started coaching, the only teams around here was us and Johnson Central, Martin County.
Right.
So if we wanted matches, we had to travel.
That's right.
Over the past 4, 5, 6 years, I guess 13 years, Boyd County's brought their team back.
Yep.
Greenup started a team a few years ago. This is Russell's 3rd or 4th year. Mason County has started a team over the past few years. And talks of other teams coming up.
Yes.
And where our region is 24 teams, I think. So it's getting real hard to have a one-day region tournament.
Yes, sir. And the thing about the region here is it's spread out so far.
Oh, yes. We go from Lexington to Tennessee border all the way to Virginia border to us. I mean, it's spread out over everywhere.
Yep. It does make it nice, though, having these local guys.
It does, yeah. And our girls have exploded. Kentucky sanctioned the girls wrestling 3 years ago, and this is our 3rd year. We brought in a new head girls coach this year, Janie Moyer, and she's really exploded. She's been getting the girls out. She's been awesome for the girls program and the boys program. She's about all of it. But, we've got a couple of girls that qualified for the state last year and lost out in the blood rounds, just a match away from placing. We've got, some young girls that's taking it on pretty quick. It's really looking up.
Yes, no question about it. And I think that's not only the case for Ashland, it's just the sport in general.
Yes.
It's really growing, really looking up.
Yes, I mean, the girls wrestling has exploded over the past 4 or 5 years. Like I said, Kentucky sanctioned it as a sport 3 years ago, and it's awesome. It gives girls the opportunity to compete. It gives them the opportunity to be a part of something where they normally wouldn't be.
Sure. And
gives them a fair competition where they're not having to wrestle the boys all the time. I mean, it's hard to compete against testosterone when you're out there.
Absolutely. Coach, what coming up region tournament? You still got a little bit of time before that. What does your schedule look like until then?
Well, our schedule's kind of weak before then. We don't have anything scheduled after the WSAZ. We're back in the WSAZ this year. That's next weekend.
Awesome.
I'm looking to get into a tournament on the 7th and then the girls' region is the 14th. We got a couple of our younger guys that's going to compete in the JV region, try to qualify for the JV state.
Yes.
People think, well, it's JV, but I mean, you'd be surprised the quality of competition that's in the JV region and the JV state.
No question.
A lot of the guys that wind up in the JV state they're good quality wrestlers, but they've got somebody that's a 3-time state champion ahead of them. So so you get competition where you can.
Absolutely. Coach, I got one more question for you. I'm going to ask all the coaches this same question because kind of the goal of this broadcast is to showcase area wrestling and to show people what this is all about. If there's somebody out there, a student at Ashland or anywhere for that matter, considering wrestling, what do you tell them?
Come give it a try. I mean, every now and then you run across kids that they just don't like it, they don't whatever. But a lot of kids, if they just come out and try it and learn more about it and get a little experience to them and come out and see what it's all about and see how it's competition, and it's not just wrestling, it's more to wrestling. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you seeing your hard work pay off. It teaches you to have a good work ethic.
Sure.
And very few kids that have come out and tried it actually walk away from it and don't want to do it.
That's right.
And most of them, like just the other day, I ran into a kid at a gas station. He said, I sure regret not coming back to wrestling. I agree. I regret you not coming back because we want you out here. We want the numbers that Boyd County has, and Boyd Clayton, you all have done a great job, building up that program. I mean, there's probably 50 Boyd County wrestlers here tonight. I mean, that's awesome.
Sure.
I'd love to have that many.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you something I noticed, which I think is awesome. A lot of Ashland staff members, football coaches, administrators here tonight supporting.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
It is awesome. Every home event, every home event we have, their football staff shows up and is there to support us all the time. These kids see them in the stands, know that they're there for them, and it's awesome to know that they have that kind of support and our team has that kind of support.
Yes, sir. Coach, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for allowing us, and let's keep this thing rolling.
Oh, I'd love to. Love to do it again. This is one of my favorite events of the year.
Yes.
It's so much fun to have it. And like last year at Russell, they had their historic venue there. And then the first year, we had it up at Catlettsburg, and that was awesome.
Yep.
It's just a fun event. The kids have fun. The kids get all hyped for it. And it's just a fun event.
Yes, sir. Coach, I'll let you get back to your team. Looks like they're on the mat over there. But
appreciate it, sir.
Yes, sir. If there's anything we can do, thank you.
Come to us anytime.
Yes, sir. That was Ashland Tomcats head wrestling coach Butch Scarberry. Mentioned he's in his 26th year, but he is a staple in the area wrestling, no question about that. You see on your screen, it's still Boyd County, and it is Greenup County. That is, I want to make sure I get the weight class right. This is the 138-pound weight class between Caden Nottingham and David Craig, both experienced wrestlers. Craig comes into this one 23-4 on the season. Caden Nottingham 27-6. He's a four-time state qualifier. We mentioned that earlier, but a dandy of a match going on here, Seth.
Yeah, I was watching from over there on the side. Caden Nottingham is he's a good wrestler from Boyd County. And what did you say this kid from Graham's name is? I'm sorry, Coach.
That's okay, buddy.
He's doing pretty well.
David Craig is his name.
David Craig, he's really competing with Caden here and pushing him. And just with Greenup being such a young program, you don't really expect that, I guess. But
score right now 4-1, and add 3 more there. It's tied up.
4-4.
Yes, sir. As Nottingham got the takedown, he gets the 3 points, ties it up. And, this right here is a great example as to why we're proud to be here bringing you this action. to showcase the athletes of the area. This is a sport
exactly
that
what it's about.
A lot of people don't get to see this and see what wrestling's all about.
And I was standing there on the side, and I got to check my phone for a little bit. And, I'm getting texts from people saying, how do we get this at our school? Or, this is an awesome sport to be a part of. I got people sending me pictures of them just sitting at home watching and listening right now. So,
no kidding.
Yes, it's awesome just to see the sport growing.
Yes, no question about it. As the time expires here, and that was the end of period number 2, and the score is all knotted up at 4 apiece. Yes, sir. Nottingham's going to start on the bottom, and if you're him, his goal here, I think you'll see quickly, is to get up and get out.
And it's his advantage to start bottom here.
Yes.
Because as long as he can get up and turn him face, he gets the 1 point.
And there it is. Up to his feet, and you see him ripping those hands off.
Yes, wrist control. Get them off of you. Break their grip.
So he got a point there. It makes it 5-4 as Craig looking for the takedown here. A takedown would be 3 points.
Yes, and then if that happens, the way the points work, you want to get the reversal, try to get the 2, There's a lot that could go on here.
Absolutely.
Great snap down there by Craig. He's a strong kid, and that's what you notice. When these guys lock up, you can normally tell who's weight room strong whenever they get it going.
Yep. Weight room strong. That's a good way to put it. Coach Scarberry was talking about, one thing about wrestling, you see your hard work paying off.
Yes.
That's what he's talking about right there.
100%.
Weight room strong, good conditioning. While wrestling is a team sport,
yes,
it's an individual sport when you're on the mat.
For sure, all eyes are on you. There's nowhere to hide. You got to go out there and perform. And we talk about weight room strong, but technique goes a long way in this sport too. You'll see people in practice for 20 minutes working one technique, trying to do it. They'll do it 50, 60 times just to get down one little thing about it.
And wearing down the opponent.
Yeah, conditioning goes a long way.
Down to 45 seconds in this match here. Nottingham in control by 1 point, looking to get a few more here. And almost had a mistake there, didn't he?
He did. And if he would have allowed Craig to circle behind him, that'd been 3 points for Craig. But Nottingham is naturally strong kid.
And you see him hook the leg there. Like we said, you have to have control of something.
Yes. Locking hands.
Referee Alex Green blowing the whistle there. You mentioned he called locking hands.
Nottingham, a veteran wrestler, he's sitting there playing like he don't know what's going on. He's trying to catch his breath. I know that kid too well.
Yes, sir. You do. Yes, you do. 5-4 the score. He got a caution there.
Yes. So if he
one
gets
more
one of those,
yep.
Then Craig gets the point. We're all tied up here.
Yes.
Nottingham's going to try to stay to his feet the best he can. There's a good sprawl for us. We talk about the sprawl. Nottingham is pushing his hips down to the mat with 3 seconds to go, doing whatever he can to not get taken down.
I'll tell you what, that was a good example of wrestling.
That's
right
a great match. A lot of the times when you get two competitive kids about the same level, it's going to be a 4 or 5 match. Low points, all technique matters. You won't see a lot of takedowns. So that's what you ask for out of that.
Absolutely.
We talked about it earlier. You see him walking around the hallways. He wears baggy hoodies. You don't think, and then he takes that shirt off, man. And I've been told he does push-ups every night, and I believe him.
Yeah. I'm not going to question it, are you?
No. I was told he benched 315, and he weighs 144 pounds.
He's got the leg hooked, and there's the pinfall. So 6 points go to Boyd County. We'll move over to mat number 2 here between Ashland and Russell. And a good match going on here between the Red Devils and the Tomcats. Do you happen to know, Seth, what weight class we're at here?
Coach, I do not. It is a little difficult to keep up with both at once, I will tell you.
It sure is. As soon as we know, we'll let you know.
What I do know is Ashland is up 3-0, I believe.
Yes, sir. And the Ashland wrestler is on top.
He is in control here. He's going to try to chop that arm down, get wrist control. You see him grabbing wrists.
I must say that today when I got the media guide or whatever, it was the first time I saw the new Ashland Tomcat logo.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah,
A little change of pace. I like it a lot. Down to 12 seconds to go here in the round. And the Ashland wrestler in control here, trying to trying to hold his opponent down, but looking like he's going to be able to do so to end the round here. I don't know how many people are here in the stands, Seth, but several.
Yeah.
The stands are pretty full here between the 4 teams and the fans. A great atmosphere.
Yeah, and, we've done this at Catlettsburg, and it's a similar gym.
Yeah.
This is the best environment you can do it in,
That's right.
Because you get these teams to come in, and it feels like it's packed, and it is packed here.
Sure.
But if you put this in a big gym, then it wouldn't be the same environment. So I love the fact that they do it in these small gyms.
Yeah, no question about it. See there, a near pinfall. He got back points, and there's another one.
And listen to the excitement in the crowd.
Yes, sir. And there it is, the pinfall victory for the Russell Red Devils.
And that's a great example of what we talked about earlier.
He was down 3, able to.
Yeah, he was down 3. The other kid, I believe, got 3 back points on him. And then he turned him right around, and within 20 seconds, he was the winner of the match.
Absolutely.
You go from a bad spot to a great spot, and you never know.
Talk about situational awareness. There's a good example.
Yeah.
Back over on mat number 1 between Boyd and Greenup. Boyd County wrestler here in control, 13-1. That's Chase Gillum at 150 pounds. And he is taking on Jaden Berry for the Greenup County Musketeers. That was the end of period number 1. We're starting period number 2 here, and they're going to start neutral. That means in the standing position.
Correct, facing each other.
3 points go to Gillum, and that will be a technical fall.
Correct. The final score will be, I believe, 16-1.
I believe you are correct. That's anything 15 or more if you're just tuning in. Is sort of like a mercy rule in wrestling, and that awards his team 5 points.
And as we look here at the other mat, Ashland wrestler is on top. He's trying to put the half in and just roll him over. See how he hooks his head there? And right now he wants to get chest to chest and get as much downward pressure as he can.
Yes, sir.
I believe this is Nathaniel for Ashland. Let me check his weight class here, and I will try to get you the Russell wrestler. Nathaniel is the 175 class. So for Russell, this will be Jordan Rowe, a junior. He's a first-year wrestler for Russell. And Nathaniel, he's a returning state qualifier. He is 31-4 on the year.
Wow.
I've been around this kid, just being at matches, and he's a great young kid. He's a great wrestler. He's got good technique.
And there's an example of that as he lifts the head and with 5.7 seconds left, scores the pinfall victory. Tell me his name again.
That is Nathaniel. I didn't check his last name. That's
Williams, right?
Nathaniel Williams.
Yeah. His dad is Chuck Williams. And he has wrestling in his blood, that's for sure.
I did not know that was his father.
Yes, sir. Over on mat number 1, Boyd County scores the quick pinfall here at 100 and.
That was Amos for Boyd County.
Yes, sir. That was at 175.
Burner must have got the forfeit win. I did not see him walk to the mat, though, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That's
Coach.
right.
Alex Green on him. He is all about mat.
Safety
etiquette.
first, buddy.
Mat etiquette.
We're now at 2:15 between Boyd and and the Greenup Musketeers. Wade Perkins comes in at 9-7 for Greenup County, and Caden Thompson, he's 1-0 here on the night, looking to go 2-0 for the Lions.
They just keep tying up. We call that tying up in wrestling.
Yeah, that's right.
Just kind of walk into each other here.
Tying up.
He's got one underhook on him. He goes for double underhooks. And normally a throw is coming from this position.
You see there, Perkins going for the cowboy, trying to get that step through and get his hip across.
Exactly right.
Thompson able to take control, though. Gets the takedown there. 3 points go to him.
The Cowboys a high-risk, high-reward move. If they set their hips back, you're probably going to be the one going to the mat.
Absolutely.
If they don't, they're going to go over top of you with their feet in the air and go to the mat.
That's right. That's right.
Thompson here just working top position. You'll see, we say it a lot, the half and wrist control. If you can do those two things, you will win a lot of matches in high school wrestling. Trying to force his head down to the mat. I believe he's putting in what we call the power half. He'll put one hand on his neck and take his other hand and grab it. And you just, like you say, you will him over.
Brute strength.
Brute strength.
Good job there by Perkins. Not staying on his back.
Exactly right. You got to have that just the will to continue to move in this sport.
That's right.
If you get there and you can roll quick, you'll be okay. If you just want to lay there, it's going to be a long night. He's going to try to put his head under his armpit right here. It allows him just to bring his arm back down to him.
We thank you for tuning in to My Town TV here tonight. It's the B.R.A.G meet, Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. And kind of an unofficial district tournament is what we kind of refer to it as. But happy to be showcasing all the area wrestlers, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors because without them we wouldn't have the opportunity to be here. Down to 1:52 seconds here in round number 2 between Thompson and Perkins. 5-0 the score at the moment, as Boyd County in the lead here. Thompson there trying to go for the ankle, wasn't he? Trying to go for that
pick.
single
Ankle pick, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's true because he did drop all the way down.
Yeah.
If you know what an ankle pick is, good luck if he's able to get it on you. Good luck standing up.
Oh yeah, you're going to the mat.
Yeah.
You don't have many choices.
I'm pretty sure I did that to you once, and then put you in the figure 4.
That's funny you bring that up.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I might or might not have a picture of that.
You do.
Yeah. Been a long time ago, though, buddy.
A long time ago, Coach.
Thompson there picks up 3 more. It's 11-0 as we speak. Down to 55 seconds in the round.
And you see Thompson, he's got great wrist control here. I don't know if you can see it too well, but he grabs a hold of that wrist, and it limits what you can do from the bottom.
Yes.
And if you're on the bottom, you fight to get it back, and then you post up. But Thompson, smart wrestler, he's going for wrist control again. Grabbing that arm.
I will be surprised if we don't see him try to make a move here to get Perkins over on his back.
Yes.
And there it is with 17 seconds. He doesn't have much time. Perkins has to hang on for
exactly right.
About 10 more seconds now.
And that's what I talk about. You just want to keep moving on bottom.
That's right.
As long as you just try to move, there's a lot of times you're just going to wiggle out of things.
And those near fall points are the technical term for it, back points.
Yes.
He got 4 there, and that awarded the tech fall to Boyd County's Cameron Thompson.
You know, you messed up their names. I've known those kids since they were in 6th grade, Coach.
Yep.
And in the hallway, I can't tell them apart.
I'm with you. And there's really no excuse, is there?
No, they just hear, hey, Thompson twins.
That's
right.
What
they hear.
That's right. Back over on mat number 2. Now we've got some ladies wrestling between Russell and Ashland.
I believe this is the 235 weight class.
I believe you are correct.
You know, just the fact that we get to talk about girls wrestling, that just shows you how far the sport is coming.
That's exactly right.
You know, I love to be able to be a part of it because when we started this, like you said, you done this 14 years ago, I believe it was, or 12, whatever it is. Girls wrestling wasn't even talked about.
Right.
You know, but here in the last, well, we didn't even do girls wrestling here at this event last year.
That's right.
But
there might have been a match or two.
Maybe,
that's it.
But yeah, now you know they've got teams. They're not filling every weight class, but the fact that they're able to get 6, 7 wrestlers from each school to come out, that's how it starts.
Sure.
Whenever you started boys wrestling at Boyd County, we only had 5 or 6 on the team.
That's right.
So it starts somewhere, and I believe you'll continue to see this sport grow.
That's right. Ashland picks up the win in this match. Monty Hutchison.
And
it's
I'm
her
a
hand
little
raised.
bit more involved in girls wrestling now because I have a 4-year-old.
Yes, you do.
You know, Miley Jo, she's awesome. She started wrestling this year, and you know she loves it. You know, just to be able to see her go out there. And I played football. I love physical sports, so
sure.
To give her a sport that she gets to go out there and be aggressive in, it makes my heart happy to just see her compete.
No doubt about that.
So I'm a little biased for girls wrestling now.
Here in a few moments, we will we're going to try to have a quick word with all 4 head coaches. We've spoken with Coach Butch Scarberry, but I'd like to get coaches from Russell and Greenup and Boyd here in just a few moments.
If the Greenup and Boyd one is over, I could probably go grab him.
Why don't you try to see if you can go get Coach Stevenson. Big thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here tonight, and thank you to the schools for welcoming us in to be able to bring this action, showcase these athletes, area high school athletes, in a sport that is growing in the tri-state area. Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup, as Boyd County so far has been victorious in their duels versus Russell and Greenup, and Coach T.J. Stevenson making his way over, as we'll be able to have a word with him about his program. Coach, thanks for being on here, man.
Yeah, no problem.
If you don't care, push that microphone a little closer. There you go. Coach T.J. Stevenson, head coach of the Greenup County Musketeers wrestling program. Coach, your 4th year, is that right?
This is going on our 5th.
Okay. Talk about you guys have really grown, not just in numbers, but just in skill and technique, just as a program in the last 4 years.
We're slowly getting there. We you know, you always want to be better than you are, but at the same time, we are getting better every year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and we're talking from the ground up, from the bottom up, the youngest kids up.
Yes, absolutely. Our youth program does really good, and that's slowly trickling into middle school and then hopefully to varsity.
And I think that's the way you do it, right?
Right.
Build
absolutely.
From the ground up. You got a boy that wrestles.
Yes. Yeah, he's a 5th grader. He's doing pretty good this year.
Yeah, no question about that. Talk about, I was looking at your roster here. I think it was even last year in this meet. There were more weight classes not filled than the ones that are filled.
Yeah.
This year it's a little flip of the script.
Yeah, last year I think we had 5 kids wrestling with this event, and this year we've got 8. So
yeah,
every year it just continues to grow for us, and that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. Talk about your some of your wrestlers. You notice that you go down through, you've got a lot of winning records too individually.
I've got a few, yeah. David Craig, he's a returning state qualifier. Right now I'm not sure exactly what his record is, but I think it's 24 and 5.
23 and 4.
23 and 4,
yep.
Okay, yeah. And Max Worthington and Hunter Crabtree, both those kids are doing really good. They're freshmen. Young and up-and-comers are going to be real good for the years to come. Craig will be back at next year. He's a junior this year, so we got one more year with him. And then we got a couple sophomores and a couple more freshmen too.
And that's awesome. And a lot of middle schoolers making their way up.
Yes. We got 3 8th graders this year and a plethora of 5th and 6th graders.
That's awesome. Your son's in 5th grade?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And what the point I'm trying to make, the future's bright.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's whenever I started this, I knew it was going to be a slow process. I knew that it was going to take time to grow. It's never as fast as you want it to be.
Sure.
But at the same time, from where I've started the first year to now, it's been a tremendous growth, and I've had a lot of fun doing it.
If there's somebody, a student at Greenup County or any school for that matter out there watching right now that doesn't really know much about wrestling, but maybe they're considering it, what would you say to that person?
I would say give it a try. It's the best sport there is. There's nothing better than getting your hand raised on that mat. It's hard. It's not going to be easy, but at the same time, it's very rewarding and it's a lot of fun.
That's right. I'll tell you something else about wrestling. While it is a team sport, it's an individual sport in that circle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's one-on-one in there.
Learn a lot of things that can translate into the real world, I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. This is, like I said, this is one of the best sports there is, no doubt about that.
Yes, sir. Coach, I don't want to take up – you've got girls out there wrestling right now, so I know you'd probably rather be out there, but anything else you want to tell the people watching at home?
I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We've got a barn burner going on here. It's 9-7 as between Russell and Ashland here in ladies wrestling. And Seth, while you were away, Coach Stevenson was talking about wrestling.
Yes.
And he was talking about wrestling. Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I didn't.
Go ahead, make fun of me. I know. But he was talking about the sport in general, and something that he said that I thought was pretty cool is he realizes that this is he didn't use the phrase, but Rome wasn't built in a day.
Correct.
And he's building his program from the youth up.
Yes.
And it's really showing. Greenup County, every year it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and they're in the race.
Yeah, exactly right. And, we talk about technique. If you're just getting into this sport as a high schooler and you're going against a kid who's been wrestling since they were 7,
yep,
the things you're learning, they learn when they're 7.
Yep.
So, it just takes time. And, you see it with Boyd County. Like I said earlier, you started off and you had 5 wrestlers.
That's right.
And there wasn't a youth program. And so we were those kids, I was one of them. We were one of those kids. You're starting off as a high school and you're learning what a half is.
Yep.
My daughter, 4 years old right now, knows what the half is.
There you go.
So it does. It takes time, and it's just great to see it, and he's one of those coaches. He actually helped in Boyd County Youth for a few years. And
sure.
Then they go back to their home school to where they want to start it, and you just see it grow. It's an awesome thing.
I'll tell you something about area wrestling.
Yes.
It's a family, not just
100%.
A separate family at each school.
Yes.
Everybody works together.
Yeah.
Coach McClelland is, and we didn't talk about it, but I know Coach Stevenson would vouch for me saying this. Coach McClelland has been instrumental in his program and vice versa.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Well, I know that Coach Stevens, he coached the Boyd County Youth. There's Russell coaches that coached the Boyd County Youth.
Yep.
And that's why it is a family atmosphere. And not just whenever, school to school, you talk about that, but when you're out here, these families of these wrestlers, they take care of every kid out here.
Absolutely.
It's not that's my kid. No, they all are excited for every kid, and it is a very much a family atmosphere from top to bottom.
You see there on your screen the Ashland lady wrestler just scored the pinfall in that match. We're back over on mat 1 now between Boyd and Greenup. And I tell you, Seth, you said it earlier, there's just as much technique and skill in girls wrestling as there is boys, and we're seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, it's an awesome sport. You can't say enough about it. I love to see the sport grow across the board, but girls wrestling taking off. And Coach McClelland, we talked about him already. He has had a lot to do with boys wrestling growing, but in girls as well. He's advocated for the girls' sport. He's probably had the longest running girls team in this area.
Yes.
And it's just cool to see. And, like I said, we talk about how just showing up isn't a thing anymore for girls wrestling. You got to show up and compete. These are girls from other schools. As, Greenup County girl just goes for a single leg. They know the technique.
That's
so,
right.
It's an awesome thing.
6-2 the score at the moment. Greenup County leading Boyd County here in this matchup. We're now going to be joined by Russell head coach Josh Wills. Coach, thanks for being on, first of all.
Hey, no problem, man. I love it.
Something that stuck out to me, dude, that made me smile. You guys are coming into this with a winning record.
Yeah, we I mean, when it comes to duels, a lot of times, man, you fill the roster and you win some matches that maybe you shouldn't have, but we did, and we're filling the roster, and that makes me happy.
Absolutely.
We went almost close to a full roster my first year. Second year, we had that second-year lull.
That's right.
And it was tough.
The newness wore off.
Yeah, the newness wore off. But this year, we're filling a roster, and we got a couple guys that just been sick too that we could plug in, and so I mean I'm very proud of our guys.
Yep.
They really dedicated themselves, and they want Russell Wrestling to be just as big as Boyd. That as good as Boyd has been, and how good they are. Our guys look at that and they want that. So that makes me happy.
And I think Coach McClelland, I know the guy well enough. I can almost tell you what he would say. It's achievable.
Oh, 100%.
It's achievable at Russell and Greenup and anywhere else.
Oh, 100%. This area is full of athletes.
Yes.
I coach football, so I see it all the time. Basketball, I mean, we got great teams in our region, in the 15th as well. There's plenty of athletes here. If they get that wrestling bug, we're going to have a lot of state champions in our area.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Hey, something I know about you, you're not just a wrestling guy, you're a football guy.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Talk about, I spoke years ago with Jim Matney at Johnson Central, and we were talking about football and wrestling and athletes, sharing athletes, things like that. And he said, Chauncey, I'll tell you this, my 11 starters on defense, out of the 11 of them wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that.
Listen, man, I pushed for this wrestling team for years, longer than we've had it.
Yeah.
And, it finally came around, and I pushed for it, and they said, well, you're going to coach it, aren't you? And I'm like, well,
yeah.
I guess,
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But when I was thinking about it, I was a little bit selfish because, I am a football guy first and foremost. And I wanted it because I saw those Johnson Central teams. I saw those guys that were just absolute athletes, that were strong. And the best thing about it is that we've seen a little bit of carryover into our football team, our aggressiveness, our tackling, how we've played. My big thing now is I'm trying to recruit those big linemen that want to, the big heavyweights. I want them to get out there, get in shape, feel that strength.
Sure.
Because, man, like Wyatt Riley, man, he's a great offensive lineman. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
The Thompson twins, they're offensive linemen, D linemen. They're wrestlers.
That's right.
I really push for that. And there's such a correlation. Sometimes it's hard to convince people. But when you see it happen on the football field, when you see it happen from the mat to the field, it's noticeable, and it's super helpful to your program.
Yes, sir. I know that there's been a few changes as of late at Russell. New athletic director Jeff Frazier.
Yes, sir.
Know the guy well, and I also know that Jeff shares that same philosophy.
Oh, 100%. He's been. TJ did a great job.
Yes.
And wishing great in his retirement as athletic director.
Absolutely.
But Jeff coming in there, it's great to have a guy that's been around a lot of sports and knows things, and very supportive of us. And I think he'll do a great job, and I think, as long as we just kind of keep things rolling, we can kind of build, and that's all we want to do. We just want to keep building and establish that foundation and build from it.
Yes, sir. I've had two coaches on, Coach Stevenson and I had Coach Scarberry. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked them because I think this is important. A lot of people who are tuning into this aren't really experienced with the sport of wrestling. I would consider it still newer to our area. If there's someone out there, a student at Russell or anywhere else for that matter, maybe they're considering giving it a try. What do you tell them?
Well, what I tell kids all the time, and I tell them in the hallways and everything, it's something you can come out and try, and you find out about yourself. I love football, like I said, and it's a team sport, but on the wrestling mat, it's you and nobody else. If you want to go find out if I can do this is all going to be on you, and it's all going to be on how well you want to push and how good you want to be is all up to you. And I think that's the coolest part about wrestling, man, is that, these kids that I have, I've seen them grow, not physically so much as they have mentally.
Absolutely.
Kids going from, not understanding, being upset all the time, to knowing, all right, well, here's what I did wrong, this is what I can do better, and knowing that it's on them and nobody else. And I think that's the biggest thing. Whenever you got a new wrestling program, it's something fun to try. It's maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But you find out real quick.
That's right.
And it's a thing that when you do get a hold of it and that bug gets you, You like being on the mat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Coach, I appreciate you coming over, number one, and I know you probably would like to get back to your team.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, like I said, I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be Russell's first head coach. Thankful for the opportunity of these kids. You know, the Lord's blessed me, and He blessed my family, and I'm just thankful that Russell is where we're here having a brag. You know,
yes.
You can't have a brag without all those letters.
That's
and,
right.
we got to keep it rolling. You know what I mean? And I also want to shout out to all the area coaches, man. Clayton especially, Butch and TJ. Man, I coming in as being the newest guy, they've done nothing but help, and that's so great because, you know, you want the sport to grow in the area as much as you do at your school, and they're great. And I would thank them so much for everything that they've done, and I just hope that this keeps on growing.
Buddy, you couldn't have been said better.
Thank you very much.
Hey, seriously, man, thanks for
Chauncey,
being on.
I appreciate you,
yes,
man.
Sir.
All
yes,
right,
sir.
We'll see you.
That was Josh Willis, head coach at Russell Red Devil, for the Russell Red Devils. I'll get it out eventually. We've got one more duel here between Boyd and Ashland and Russell and Greenup. But before we do, it looks like they're going to have something on the mat here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. We'll also have Coach Clayton McClelland on here in just a few moments. I believe maybe senior day, something like that. I'm not sure. We'll keep it right here, though. Don't want to miss any of the action. Yeah, it is senior night that's going on. So we'll try to cover that the best we can here as Coach Scarberry and some of the ladies out there. Seth?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, buddy?
Going good. I'm going to guess y'all talked about wrestling, Coach?
Yes, we
okay. Good.
Yeah, we sure did, yeah. That was a good one, yeah. You got me there.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, glad you're back, too. So we're having senior night here.
I believe so. I believe that's what Coach Scarberry said there to our coaches. He said make sure they don't start down here because we're going to do something for our seniors.
Yeah, good deal. This is a good opportunity to do that here in a historical alumni gymnasium. Kind of I guess you would consider this a home meet for the Tomcats. I see over in the stands, I see Westwood Fire Chief Brent Webster over there, straight behind the scores table. Good to have him here. And Hayden Webster over there as well.
That's one of my favorite kids I've ever been around, Coach.
Yeah. He's all right, I guess.
He's a good kid. I coached football there at Fairview, and he played a big part in what we were able to do there. And
yes.
I believe he's actually going to help us coach this year, so it's going to be awesome.
Tell you what, while we're getting set up here, we'll go to a quick break, and we'll come back here in just a few moments. And actually, I tell you what, we'll leave right here. I don't want to miss any of the senior night action. It's kind of one of those things you don't know from one moment to the next what's going on here.
Yep. But it is great for these kids to be able to be recognized in front of these people, and this is how you grow the sport as well.
Absolutely. Ashland seniors being announced here. You see them coming across there with their families. 4 seniors for the Tomcats here. And I don't have readily available, Seth. They didn't put the classes on the roster, so.
I can't hear the announcer enough to tell you.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, when you need. Our next senior, Tournamentg. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tournamentg.
So there you have it, four seniors for the Ashland Tomcats wrestling team. Congratulations to them. And we're going to step out, take a break. We'll come back. We will have the final duel for each team. It'll be Boyd facing against Ashland, and then Russell taking on Greenup County when we come back in just a moment here on MyTown TV.
It's our New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
For limited time during the New Year's sales event going on right now at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get 0% APR for 48 months on remaining 2025 Tellurides and brand new 2026 Sorrentos in stock. And be sure to ask about deferred payments for 90 days for qualified buyers.
See our complete inventory and even get pre-approved 24/7 at DutchMillerKia.com.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Get a medium one-topping pizza for $7.99 when you order online Sunday through Wednesday all month long. Enjoy premium taste and quality ingredients. Come hungry and taste the difference today. Find your locally owned Giovanni's and order now at giovannispizza.com.
And welcome back into the B.R.A.G tournament here from historical alumni gymnasium. I'm Chauncey Griffith, now joined by Boyd County Wrestling head coach Clayton McClellan. Coach, thanks for being on.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Hey, I noticed whenever I got here, I beat you all here, and I was standing here kind of at the edge of the mat. We were getting set up, things like that, and I heard someone say Boyd's here, and I turned around, and there came some wrestlers through the door, and about 5 minutes later, I turned around, and they were still coming through the door. How many wrestlers do you have here tonight?
I think tonight we brought roughly 45.
45, yeah. Man, that is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's with our program, it's what we love about it.
Yes.
We don't turn anybody away. We want everybody to learn to love the sport. And if we can foster that, not just in our school, but in our community, that's what we want to do.
That's right. You and not only do you have a lot of high school wrestlers here tonight, how many wrestlers do you have total from 12th grade down to kindergarten?
So we roughly have about 160 kids total K through 12. About roughly a little over 90 K through 5 wrestlers, and then the rest are middle school and high school.
Man, that's awesome. And you're kind of over it all. I know the answer to that already, but we'll let everybody else find out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something we do at Boyd is making sure that we have a hand in everything that we do.
Yep.
So from the bottom to the top, we try to give everybody the attention they deserve.
Continuity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Talk about, I mean, every coach that's been on here in some way, shape, or form has said, we're striving to have what Boyd has. We're striving to get where Boyd's at, numbers-wise or whatever they're talking about. You do a good job. Talk about how you've fostered this growth as a program as a whole.
I'll be honest, man, being privileged enough to be around good people.
Yeah,
and trying to be around it from the beginning.
Yeah,
going back to even 2012 when the program first came back after that 30-year hiatus. It was a learning experience.
Yep.
So I tell people all the time, we never wrote the book on how to do it. I would rather tell people what we did wrong.
Yeah.
So that
here's what you don't do.
Yeah. So we can make the experience better for somebody else.
Sure.
But wrestling at Boyd and just growing it in the community has always been the goal. I've never shied away from telling people, hey, come hang out with us.
Yep.
Come wrestle with us. Come coach with us. and then go start your own program.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with that, and we have good numbers. We have good kids. You got a great parent group, and anytime you get a combination of those three things, you see overall program success. Moving forward.
Somebody that you didn't mention by name yet, but I'm going to bring him up because usually he'll message me during these things, is Jerry Fisher.
Absolutely. Listen, when it comes to coaching at Boyd, you go back to Seth Music, you go to you were head coach for a couple years for Boyd Wrestling, and then having guys like Jerry Fisher and Ken Jude and Mike Bartley, and I have a running list of, whenever I finally call it quits one day, the thank yous go to those people.
That's
because
right.
when you have 200 kids wrestling in your program year in and year out.
Mike Bartley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
When you have that many kids, you can't do it by yourself.
That's right.
So, it's a lot of volunteers. It's a lot of, nights away from families and sacrifices. So, we do it to see the end product of our kids being successful. But there's a lot of hands involved.
You see on your screen Russell taking on Greenup County on mat 1. Over on mat 2 here in just a few moments, it's going to be Boyd County and Ashland. So I'm going to let you get back over there.
Absolutely.
Luckily, as you just mentioned, you have a staff in place.
We do.
That is handling that. You've got an exhibition going on here. Is that correct?
It may be a late lineup substitution.
Okay.
At 106.
Over on mat number 2, you see. On mat number 1, you see Greenup versus Russell. Over on mat number 2 is Boyd versus
Ashland.
And I think you're right. I think that might be a late lineup substitution.
I believe that was Emma McDavid at 106 for Ashland and Xavier Price for Boyd.
And Xavier just picked up the win. Coach McClellan, something I've asked all three of the coaches I've talked to here tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same exact question. And all three so far have given very similar but different answers. And I'll be interested to see how you answer this question. Because wrestling, I still consider it a new sport to the area. A lot of people don't know much about it. And that's the joy of being able to bring a broadcast like this, because a lot of people, there will be a lot of eyes on wrestling that aren't typically on the sport. So if there's someone watching who maybe is a student or she is a student at Boyd County, or maybe another surrounding school, wherever, but doesn't matter how old, whatever, somebody interested in potentially giving the sport of wrestling a try, what do you say to them?
I'd say it's the best decision they could ever make.
Okay.
The sport of wrestling, I think, teaches something that no other sport teaches. It's a discipline, it's a respect, it's an integrity thing. I've never spoken to a kid or a parent that they said they regretted their kid trying wrestling. So it's one of those things, especially at our youth and middle school level. If you don't want to wrestle for Boyd, we'll find you a place to wrestle. We'll point you in the right direction so you can get involved.
Sure.
And, grow the sport.
Yep.
And especially in our area in eastern Kentucky. You know as well as I do, 15 years ago, there were 4 programs pretty much, in our area.
Yep.
It was Ashland.
Yep.
Sheldon Clark, which was Martin at the time. Johnson Central.
Yep.
And that was it.
And Boyd.
And Boyd. Yeah,
yep.
Boyd was kind of like the latecomer.
Yep.
So to see, the growth with the Greenup and Russell and Raceland, East Carter, West Carter, all the way down through 64 and 23, it's a sign of good things in our state, for the sport. We're having to realign region and talk about expanding the state tournament.
Sure.
Something that wasn't really talked about, 10, 15 years ago. We now have, I think, 174 schools in the state of Kentucky wrestling right now.
Dude, that's a lot more than were 5 years ago.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
As Boyd picks up the win there by pin as well, I presume, Coach, that is at the 113-pound weight class. Is that right?
That would be Jackson Allen for Boyd and Cheyenne Maggard for Ashland.
Okay. Coach, I'll let you get back over to your team. Before I do, one more thing I wanted to bring up to you. The way that all the other coaches have talked about you and your program,
sure,
and each other as well, the sport of wrestling, not just at each school, is a family.
Absolutely.
And it's all for one for all kind of thing. And talk about that.
No, I'm one of those people that I really think that the sport of wrestling, there's a camaraderie in our community.
Yep.
You know, yes, we have rivalries with the schools here tonight, but to be honest, you know, we see these kids. I know just about every one of those Ashland wrestlers since they were in kindergarten.
That's right. Yep.
Till now that that we're going to their senior nights and enjoying things like this. It's one of those things that, wrestling's just different.
Yep.
We can compete on the mat and we can represent our school, but at the same time, promote, it's all a shared work. It's all a shared experience.
And when you're down at the All-Tel Arena or All-Tech Arena at Kentucky Horse Park here in a few months at state tournament, you're rooting just as hard for your kids or for Ashland's kids as you are your own.
100%. We're pulling for Region 8. We're pulling for Eastern Kentucky. We get on 64 just like everybody else and head there.
Yep.
And the more that we grow our end of the state, it only just propels the whole sport going forward.
That's right. And I think out of that 175, the change in the last 5 years, a lot of it has been in Region 8.
Absolutely. I think, going back, I'm a numbers guy.
Yep.
I write a lot of stuff down just for my own memory.
You're a records guy.
I'm a records guy.
Yeah.
But, going back to, let's say 2016.
Yeah.
I think that was your last year, I believe. 2016, we had 13 schools competing at the Region 8 competition.
Wow.
And that was before the region realignment. So we've had a realignment then, and now we have, I think, 29 schools.
Wow.
In the new Region 8. We've pushed some teams out of our region because our area is growing so much.
Wow. That's a good problem to have, I guess.
It's a good thing for the sport. It's good for the state. And I think, adding girls wrestling to a sanctioned sport has grown our state. It's grown the sport of girls wrestling across, the United States. Kentucky is growing as a sport and putting it, ahead of some other states now.
Sure. You guys traveled down. I keep thinking of more things to talk about. You guys traveled down to Alabama.
Hold that thought, be right back.
Yes, sir. A little action on the mat there that Coach McClellan needs to tend to. You see on your screen, it's Greenup County and it is Russell. Looks like the Greenup County wrestler ahead right now, 3-0. And trying to break his opponent down. A big thank you for tuning in here to the B.R.A.G tournament. Boyd Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. As our final two duels are taking place currently. It's Ashland taking on Boyd County over on mat 2. On your screen, though, it is Russell taking on Greenup County. I'm Chauncey Griffith along with Coach Seth Cottle around here somewhere. He'll be back here in just a few moments. Been some exciting action here tonight. And the buzzer you hear in the background, that's one period in the books here in this match. Your score 7-0 as Greenup County there earns the back points and goes ahead by 7 in this match. It'll be Greenup on the bottom here. He's going to try to do what he can to get out of there quickly as Coach McClellan makes his way back here to the broadcast booth. Coach, your job never ends, does it, buddy?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Got my steps in tonight.
We were talking about girls wrestling. Really, Coach, is there anything else that you would like to say to the people out there watching at home?
Appreciate the community support. Appreciate the people. Appreciate my town tonight broadcasting this. And just thankful that we're going to be a part of it.
Yes, sir. I'll say this I don't want to speak for my town, but I'm going to speak for my town. We're very honored to be here and thankful for the opportunity.
It's definitely, as the sport grows, we're always looking for publicity.
Yep.
So we'll take it where we get it.
Buddy, I thought you had to go over to the mat. You had to run a marathon, didn't you?
Yeah, I ran
You're out of breath.
I ran to my car.
Okay.
Parked over by King's Daughters.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm going to make him run on Monday. Because I shouldn't be running. I'm too old for that.
Someone forgot something.
Yep.
Coach, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Over on mat number 2, Bentley Brown picks up the win versus Ashland, and his team moves ahead here at the, I'll tell you in a moment, at the 132-pound weight class. Boyd County 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0 here in this duel versus Ashland. Back on mat number 1, the featured mat here tonight, it's Greenup and it's Russell. And as soon as I find out here, I'll let you know what weight class we're at right now. And both wrestlers make their way out of bounds here. And referee Alex Green blows the whistle to refocus the action back into the inner circle. Three points there go to Ashland for the takedown. He's working on breaking his opponent down, and just like that, almost a reversal. No points awarded yet, though, but back points are being awarded. There's your reversal points. 3-2 the score here. The Greenup County wrestler is going to be getting some back points here. We're waiting to see, or a pinfall, one or the other. We'll wait and see how this ends up. Still a lot of time here, 43 seconds in the round, so plenty of time here as he's getting his body weight focused. Russell able to make their way back to the base, which is exactly what they're coached to do. Down to 24 seconds. 6-3 the score now after the back points awarded, and then another takedown for Russell makes it 6-5. A good match going on here between Russell and Greenup County, two rivals out of the basketball 63rd district. And the time expires there. Back over on mat number 2, we have Boyd County taking on Ashland. It's Chase Gillum at 150 pounds taking on Tanner Woodman, ranked number 20 in the state at 150 pounds. This has the makings of a big match there. Chase Gillum gets the 3 points for the takedown. And Seth Cottle back with us here.
I'm back.
1 point for the escape, Seth. Some big matchups here on both mats.
Yeah, this is I'd say these duels right here match up a little better for where the programs are.
Yeah,
so you'll see a lot more competitive matches.
I'd say you're right. Boyd and Ashland, the two longer tenured programs, more numbers.
Yes.
For now.
Yes. That's not a shot at either program.
No, sir.
It's just where they are.
Greenup and Russell, only in their first 3 to 5 years as programs, and every year making strides. Every year making strides.
Exactly right.
See, they're locked up here with 51 seconds to go. And a lot of times when you see this, kind of not a stalemate, but almost a stalemate, two good wrestlers.
Exactly
two skilled
right.
wrestlers, two strong wrestlers, and they're not just going to give you something.
Yeah, you get in there with people who kind of understand the technique and what you're trying to set up.
That's right.
If you're an experienced wrestler versus an unexperienced wrestler, they don't really know what to look for.
Exactly.
But you get in there with someone your skill level, you slow down a little bit. Every shot matters. Every movement matters. So you still a lot more hand fighting in those matches.
Yes, hand fighting is not something people talk about a lot, but that's an art form too.
Yes, yes.
You've got to be able to do that.
You got to see how they're going to react and kind of just, if you can get a reaction out of the other guy, you're normally doing pretty good.
That's right. Down to the time here in round 1. Your score, Gillum for Boyd County 3 and Osborne I'm sorry. Tanner Woodman, the sophomore.
You saw Gillum. They flipped the coin there. Gillum gets choice. He chose to defer. That's a strategic thing. He gets to defer, so that way he gets to choose in the third period what he wants.
Okay, which means that Woodman chose neutral.
Yes, sir.
And it's all about strategy.
100%.
It's all about strategy.
There's a lot of strategy, and it's kind of subtle stuff. You don't really get to see it, but there's a lot to it.
See Gillum there sprawling, doing a great job getting his hips back. Now, though, Woodman has control of that leg. And you can hear in the background the intensity building here in Memorial Gymnasium. Alumni Gymnasium, sorry.
And something I love to see in the more experienced wrestlers is the speed in which they move. You know, they're not thinking as much, they're just getting the flow.
Yes.
So you get to see them circle a lot harder, a lot faster. Now, when they get into their position, they're going to slow down on top, put boots in here. You know, he likes to chase it. He loves to control legs. He's got his feet in here, and he's going to try to pry him down to his back.
Gillum did pick up 3 points for the takedown. It's 6-1 now. Gillum leads Woodman.
So if you can see, he is allowed to lock his hands right here because he's trying to force him down to the mat. So not to be confused with locking hands when you're standing up. You've got to be going for a pinning combination.
This is considered a pinning combination.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Yes, sir.
This is what I would refer to as the power half. You see, he's got that bar across his head. He's locking into that wrist. He's going to try to pry him over, wheel him over.
Both teams, both rosters, whatever you want to say, on the edge of the mat. Coaches coaching loud, fans cheering loud. This is what wrestling's all about.
Exactly right. I don't believe we broadcast region, but if you ever get a chance to go watch region wrestling,
absolutely,
it's one of the most fun things I've ever been around.
You better pack a lunch. It's a long day.
Yeah, you're going to be there all day.
Yes.
But it is a great event to be a part of, and just to watch these kids. Because you know every one of these kids on this mat pours their heart into it.
Oh.
And just to see the emotion run through these kids, win or lose. You don't like to see kids lose, but just to see how much it hurts them because of the time that they put in.
That's right. 6-1 the score here at the start of the third, and it looks like Gillum elected to remain neutral as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's a strategic thing. He's up big. He's up 5. A takedown won't hurt him. He can belly down. And if he starts on bottom, he's closer to getting pinned that way. So
30 seconds have expired here in this match. Gillum still leads 6-1, but that can all change quick.
Oh, yeah. In this sport, that's a takedown to his back, and 3 seconds, you're already losing. You know, we talk about them tying up. Don't be fooled. When these guys tie up, there's a lot of pressure being put down on those guys.
Yes, sir.
It's not them just laying hands on each other. They feel each other every time they tie. They hook that neck. There's a lot of pressure being applied.
When they come off after a match and it appears as though they're worn out.
Yes.
That's because they're physically worn out.
Oh, yes. You're in fight or flight the whole time. Your
Yes.
body's in survival instinct, so your heart rate goes up naturally.
That's right.
Just staring at each other, your heart rate's up.
That's right. Which means not only are they physically worn out, they're mentally exhausted as well.
Yeah. It's one of the best sports I've been around.
Down to 40 seconds to go here in the round, in the match, presumably.
You see that they've slowed down a little bit. You're late into the third period. Now it's just a war of nutrition.
That's right. And there's Gillum gets 3 more for the takedown. The referee doesn't signal it until he gets to the hips, and
Exactly
you saw
right.
there he did just that.
A lot of young wrestlers, they'll get that takedown position, but they don't get to the hips. So now you've done all that work, just let them right back up.
You notice whenever it's 9-2 now, by the way, after the escape, but whenever Gillum was letting his opponent up, he had his hand on the back of his head and he was putting pressure on it.
Yeah,
he wasn't just going to let him stand up. Tell the viewers why.
So if you just allow them to stand up, they can just go straight into a shot. You want to kind of still be in control as you're allowing them to get up.
That's right.
And you want to make contact at all times. If you just let them go, they're going to get to their feet and you're probably going to go to your back.
That's right. So Gillum picks up the win there at 150 over Tanner Woodman. We'll move on to the 157-pound weight class. It's going to be James McDaniels taking on Clarence McDade for Ashland. McDaniel's wrestling for Boyd County.
He's a freshman wrestler, but I believe he's been wrestling. He came up through the youth program. I believe he was maybe got second place in youth state a few years ago.
I believe he's going to take the forfeit. So no Ashland a scratch at the 157-pound weight class. We'll move on to 165. Brandon Price taking the place of Tony Leader, who has a knee injury. Leader, by the way, 33-1 on the season.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He might weigh 165 pounds, but he's a very intimidating human.
No question about it. He's like the Iceman.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Brandon Price taking on Aiden Friley for the Tomcats. Yes, sir.
Young wrestler. I'll be the first to tell you, Brandon Price has no idea what he's doing, but he's an effort guy.
Yep.
He's a strong kid for his age. And he's going to move until he gets tired.
That's right.
It won't take him long to get tired, Coach.
Yeah. As Friley scores the takedown there. All about hip control. Now reversal goes to Braden Price. Makes it 5 now to 3.
Going for the power half. But you see how he gets too high up. He just traps his arm and tries to roll him over.
Right.
Going for the half. Walk to his head.
Now he's just going to try to wear his opponent down, break him down.
Exactly.
And as you mentioned, as an effort guy, that's right in his wheelhouse.
Exactly right. Whenever you're young into this sport, it's all about technique. But if you don't know it, you better just keep moving.
Yes, sir. 6-5 now the score. Price again going for that power half.
Exactly right. I don't think he has his hands quite high enough, and that's just technique things. Literally, inches make a huge difference in your technique.
Sure. And there's your pinfall victory for Brandon Price, for the Boyd County Lions.
I believe that is Brandon's first victory on the year.
Is it?
I believe so. He doesn't get to wrestle much in varsity matches because he's behind a guy like Tony.
Sure.
But when you need people to step in, that's a big win.
Yes, sir. Moving on to the 175-pound weight class, Amos Blankenship taking on Jordan Rowe for Ashland.
I believe this is Nathaniel Williams, isn't it?
I believe you're right. Looks like they subbed in, didn't they?
Must have. And they might have flipped him. I believe I was just in the stands talking to Jordan's mom. They're going to move him to 215, I believe.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but I believe that's what I was told. And with a quick pin for Nathaniel.
Yes, sir.
Cradled him up.
Seth, I'll tell you what, I was looking at the wrong list.
Okay.
That was 100% correct. As Williams picks up the quick win there, we do move on to the 190-pound weight class. Brandon McGee, the senior for the Tomcats, takes on Cameron Berner for Boyd County, sophomore. McGee comes in at 29-6 on the season, ranked number 10 in the state, Seth.
Number 10 in the state. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, sir. Berner, a returning starter for Boyd County, a sophomore. A lot of action, but no points awarded as of yet.
You see them both. McGee rolled to his back there, but he never truly was Cameron was never in a dominant position, so they don't get the points. They both get up, keep wrestling. What a snap down.
Yes, sir.
It's a simple move, but it's very effective.
It's simple if you do it correctly.
Exactly right.
Otherwise, you can wear yourself out and not get anywhere.
Yeah. It's got to be a jerking motion. If you're just trying to push down on their head, it don't work.
That's right.
You got to kind of, out of nowhere, full steal it goes. Ankle pick off this whistle. I love to see it. I'd say he's got 85% of his opponents with that exact move. A shot by Cameron there.
Yeah, and a nice sprawl from McGee.
Exactly right, yeah.
It was quick.
Locking hands. He doesn't agree with it, I'll tell you that.
No, sir. You can tell by the look on his face. He does not agree with that one. And neither does Butch Scarberry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Butch has a question.
Yes. Wrestling is a very unique sport. If you bring the official to the table and you're not proven right, they can give you a deducted team point.
That's right.
I'm not for sure on the exact way it's written, but I do know as an assistant coach, I will never question an official. I've been told that.
It's not worth it.
Never.
Not worth it.
No. So
I've seen that happen in the region tournament, and then that be held against that specific coach for the remainder of the region tournament.
Yeah.
For every wrestler he had on the mat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wrestling. You better know that you're correct and have a great argument. And then if the official still don't want to believe you, and if the official doesn't want to believe you, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
And he must have been correct because now it's 0-0.
There you go. I do know that Boyd County Assistant Coach Craig Walters went over, and I think he was pleading Coach Scarberry's case as well.
And that goes to just like the family atmosphere of the sport.
Down to 30 seconds to go here in round number 1 between two dandy wrestlers, Brandon McGee for Ashland and Cameron Berner, the sophomore for Boyd County. We're still scoreless here.
McGee is not having a good time in this match as far as he just looked up to the sideline and gave them a little clap as they was cheering for Cameron. So he's not too happy right now.
Cameron Berner, a sophomore, proving that he can wrestle with the big boys.
Yeah. 3 seconds. He's got his sprawl back here.
And there you go. We're scoreless after one period. Both wrestlers had some moves, just not able to complete the takedown.
You know, it's 0-0. After wrestling for 2 minutes, to look up and see 0-0. You're going to see who has heart in this one.
Well, I think conditioning is going to come into play.
It always does.
Berner on top trying to wear down his opponent. A lot of times you'll see him put their chin on the shoulder and pull back with their chin.
Now he's going to try to go for what we call a mat return here.
McGee
he's tripping.
There you go. McGee using all of his body strength. Well, I was going to say to try to get to his feet, but instead he gets the reversal and scores 2 points here.
And that's just wrestling. You be in one spot 1 second, blink, and there it goes.
He's forcing his opponent over, and there you go. Pinfall win. See a little
emotion,
added flavor after that match.
I don't think he liked competing against the sophomore there.
That's right. That's wrestling, buddy.
That is.
And there you go. Brandon McGee picks up the win here in this match. Which, by the way, according to that banner, was his 100th win as an Ashland Tomcat varsity wrestler.
I mean, I'm happy for the kid.
Absolutely.
I'm happy for the kid.
Congratulations to him. That was the 190-pound weight class. We'll move on to 215. Coming out for Ashland is going to be Cameron Burnside, a sophomore, ranked number 21 in the state at the 215-pound weight class. And then Caden Thompson, a senior who's ranked number 33 in the state. Thompson 17-7 on the year, and Burnside 28-7. Seth, this has the makings of a dandy here.
And that's all you can ask for out of these. See each other compete. Let's see if the attitude sticks through the rest of these matches. I have a feeling it might.
Yeah, you know, while it is a family atmosphere, it's also a rivalry.
Exactly right. And when it just takes one person getting it sparked.
see the quick movements.
Exactly, yeah.
Thompson back to his feet. No points awarded yet.
This would be a great move for Thompson just to walk out of bounds.
Yes.
Let's start back up neutral.
As the whistle was blowing, Thompson was going for the takedown,
Exactly.
but both feet of both wrestlers were out of bounds. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go in this round. Still scoreless. Both wrestlers are face to face, and there we see the hand fighting.
Exactly right.
That wears the wrestler down too.
Oh, for sure.
They're locked up. In a moment, we'll see somebody go for a move of some sort. Both wrestlers just filling each other out right now.
Don't be fooled by the lockup. It's draining both of these wrestlers.
Absolutely, because they're not just standing there. Like you said, they're pushing against each other.
Yeah, there's tension the whole time.
Yes. .31 seconds to go in the first round, still scoreless between Caden Thompson and Cameron Burnside. We're at the 215-pound weight class. This is the final duel of the B.R.A.G tournament, Boyd Russell, Ashland, and Greenup.
And I believe whoever wins this duel will win the tournament.
There you go.
There's a lot on the line.
Yes, sir. There you go. So that the buzzer you hear means we're one period in, still scoreless, and it looks like Ashland's Burnside wins the coin flip, and he will elect bottom. Now, Seth, talk about why he would choose to be on the bottom.
So here, it's 0-0 going into the second period. He's going to try just to get an escape here, get him an easy point.
That's right.
And then he has faith that he can make sure he doesn't get taken down or anything like that.
He's trying to get to his feet.
Yeah, he just done what we would refer to as a knee slide there. But it's a tough thing when the top wrestler stays on you like glue throughout the mat. It's tough.
And you got to remember, it's not just Thompson's body weight that's on him; it's also his body strength. He's pushing and pulling.
Yeah, and you're trying to get up. He's grabbing at your wrist. He's locking your leg up. It's a lot.
Burnside almost makes it to his feet. Thompson quick to maneuver his opponent back down to the ground.
You see Thompson, he's getting that bar, or he's stretching that arm out.
Absolutely, here we go. He's trying to get chest to chest and flip his opponent over. If he's able to do so, it will be points. No points yet in this match, down to a minute to go here in the second.
Burnside doing a great job, just, continue to fight, moving your feet, moving your hips.
Yes. Thompson looks over at his coaches.
Here goes the mixer. Nope, circles back behind. Both wrestlers look at the clock at the same time.
Absolutely. Burnside doing a good job here, keeping his base wide. It's much harder to tip somebody over when they have a wide base.
Exactly right.
If his knees are together, his feet are together.
A great sit out by Burnside.
Yes, sir.
But now what we call sucking him back. If he can just get his chin, like you mentioned earlier, right on his shoulder, he'll pull him backwards here.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
If he can get his head loose, and a quick move there from Thompson.
The movement on this match is awesome. This is a great wrestling match.
Down to 13 seconds, still scoreless in the match. Thompson trying to get his opponent over to his back. If he's able to do so for more than a second, that's points.
Exactly right.
Down to 2 seconds. And there you have it. After 2 rounds, still scoreless between 2 of the top 33 wrestlers in the state. How about that?
That's
Thompson's
impressive.
33rd and Burnside ranked 21st.
Exactly right.
This is a great showcase of tri-state high school wrestling here on MyTown TV.
So Thompson should have the advantage here because he just laid on Burnside the whole time.
Yes.
So he should be, in theory, have more
Burnside
stamina.
has got to be worn out.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying.
Exactly right.
Which Thompson is too.
Oh, for sure. He's still using force, but
yes,
Burnside was holding up both body weights.
That's right. That's right.
Now he's got to get to his feet.
If Thompson can get up and get away, it's a point.
Yes, sir.
We're still scoreless throughout the first 2 rounds of this match. And here we go. The reversal. That's 2 points for Caden Thompson. He goes ahead now 2-0.
And this is where just the stamina comes into play. How much stamina does Burnside have to get back up into the reverse off the bottom?
As you mentioned, this is where they were for the entire second round.
Yes. And that weighs on you as a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
You're laying there and you're like, dude, this guy is just on me.
Yes, sir.
A little risky move here by Thompson.
You can see there on your screen all the Ashland wrestlers over there cheering on their teammate. Thompson trying to make something happen.
Thompson wants to get both of his other opponent's feet out of bounds right here.
And Burnside has leg control.
Yes, and Burnside is trying to keep that toe in bounds.
You see there it's close. He's on the line, and there you go. He's going to call out of bounds, and he had to do it because they were under the scores table.
That's where strategy comes into play in these matches.
The atmosphere is electric here at Alumni Gymnasium with 37 seconds to go in this match. Thompson ahead by 2. He's on top.
Thompson's mind is just to ride this kid out.
Absolutely.
Stay on top. Move. Continue to move. Don't get stalling, but to ride this kid out. It's a hard thing to do.
Sure. He's going to try to break him down to get on his belly because that's one step further from standing up.
Exactly right, yes. And Thompson is looking at that clock. They are both tired here.
Yeah, down to 8 seconds to go in this match. If Thompson can hold on here, then the match is his. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and there you have it. Caden Thompson comes away victorious.
That's the intensity that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Once it gets going, I'm not sure the rule on smacking the mat, but I don't think Boyd County's allowed to do that.
I think you're probably right. We're moving on quickly to the heavyweight weight class. Cameron Thompson, the brother of Caden, comes in for Boyd County. For Ashland, it's Wyatt Riley, ranked 19th in the state. Cameron Thompson, ranked 28th.
Wyatt Riley, he's actually been injured for most of this season. I believe he only has 4 or 5 matches.
I believe you're correct. Riley there doing a little shoving there. Coach McClellan pointing to his head saying, hey, he's trying to get your mind here. Don't let him.
I believe whoever wins this match wins the duel.
Okay, so it all comes down to this. That's what you're saying.
I believe so. That's what I was told earlier.
It's Riley and it's Thompson, and it's Boyd and it's Ashland.
You see the double underhooks here. This is big man wrestling.
Yes, sir. No points yet. Riley on the ground, but Thompson not able to get control yet. No points as of yet, and there you have it.
I believe they gave Thompson the takedown.
And then a reversal. That's right. So in very quick fashion, Thompson got 3 points for the takedown, and then Riley got 2 points for the reversal, although they haven't put it on the scoreboard yet.
Correct. That is what the official had signaled there.
Yes. He did it almost simultaneously. Riley looking for a pin here. His chin driving hard into the shoulder of Thompson. Thompson, though, able to stay at his base. And there you go. No points yet. And there it is. 2 points for a reversal. And Thompson's looking for the pin. And there it is.
That's impressive, folks. The atmosphere right here is amazing.
In the House of Horrors, baby.
That's a rivalry right there on the mat.
Yes, sir.
This will go to region, I promise you that. This will bleed into region.
You can guarantee that.
That is some awesome wrestling, just to be able to witness.
The senior Cameron Thompson comes away victorious over sophomore Wyatt Riley in the heavyweight weight class, and that means Boyd County is your champion of the 2026 B.R.A.G meet.
And that's why whenever you start something out here, it's mano-a-mano when you get out on that mat.
That's right.
And one of your teammates can start it, well, your next teammate might have to finish it, and that's exactly what happens here tonight.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
The atmosphere here in the historical Alumni Gymnasium is awesome.
I saw a lot of jawing back from the guys who were just standing on the edges of the mat.
We've got another match coming up here, Seth.
I believe this is an exhibition match, to be really honest, Coach. Let's see. I can't see who's going here. Hey, guys, sit down. So this is Thompson again. This one cannot count.
No, this is not Thompson again. I just saw both Thompsons.
Oh, no, that is not Thompson. That is J.D. Can't remember his last name right now, Coach.
Okay. And we don't have alternates.
Stamper.
Stamper versus Ashland. We don't have Ashland's alternate roster or anything. Nonetheless, 3-0 right now in favor of who? Well, it has to be the Boyd guy.
I would think so.
Yeah. Stamper, you said.
That is Stamper. Young kid.
I tell you what, Seth, you got the people watching this broadcast got a good example of why wrestling is. People that love wrestling.
Exactly
and
right.
That's why.
Exactly right. I've been to a lot of matches this year, and that's the most intense it's got between two teams all year that I've seen.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, that's just a taste of the region tournament.
Oh, exactly. Oh, region, yeah. Like I said, it's one of the best environments you can be in.
You'll have 6, 8 mats going on at a time in a big gym.
Yes.
And those kind of moments happening all over the place.
Exactly. And you know how you mentioned, the 30-ranked wrestler versus a 25 or a 16 versus a 27, something like that. That's every match at region.
Yes.
You know, our area for wrestling, we send a lot of guys out there that can compete.
We've got a stoppage on the mat here.
I believe it's blood time, Coach.
Another couple of wrestlers over on mat number 1 you see on your screen in an exhibition match. It's Boyd County versus Greenup County. Thank you so much for tuning in here this evening on My Town TV. This is the B.R.A.G meet, and the official dual matches are over. Boyd County has come out as the B.R.A.G champions yet again. They will be presented with a trophy that was actually made by the welding students at Boyd County High School.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, which is neat. Yeah, it's in the shape of Boyd and Greenup counties, and it's got a star where all the schools are at. Hopefully we'll get a shot of that here in a few moments. But Boyd County will be bringing that back to Cannonsburg here when this match is over. Looks like we've got a stoppage over on mat 2 for blood time.
Yes.
That was what I was trying to figure out what the stoppage was for the referee over there cleaning up the blood off the mat, which is not an uncommon thing in wrestling.
Not at all. No, I believe the rule is, I could be wrong, but I believe you get 5 minutes max of blood time. It's either 5 or 2. I want to say it's 5. If you can't get it stopped in 5 minutes, you forfeit the match and you have to go on. As long as the move that created the blood time was not an illegal move by the other wrestler. And I believe so, as we're just talking about the B.R.A.G here, Coach, I believe Boyd hosted 2 years ago. Russell hosted last year. We done it in Russell
Correct.
Gym.
Yes.
Ashland hosted this year. Next year we will be at Greenup.
That's right. And a pinfall victory there in favor of Greenup County. We're going to step out, take a break, and we will be back with more action here in just a few moments here on My Town TV.
Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Work a lot, phone down. Work a lot, put your phone down. Ooh. Put your phone.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Hey, y'all think we can do 25?
30.
One, 2, 6, 7,
11. 12.
Is that legal?
Yeah. 15. 16.
21, 22,
28.
29,
30. Return.
refresh,
Refuel.
And welcome back into historic Alumni Gymnasium here in Ashland, Kentucky, as the B.R.A.G meet is coming closer to an end. Boyd County has won the dual portion. They won the trophy. They'll bring it back home to Cannonsburg. And we've still got wrestling going on, though. Some exhibition matches for some boys and girls who are given an opportunity to get more time on the mat. That's what we're here for.
I'd almost refer to this as like a JV kind of situation. You know, you have your starters.
Right. There you saw a good shot of that the trophy that we mentioned a few moments ago, made by the welding students, Garrett Kitchen and his group at Boyd County High School, and that will come back home with the lines.
But as I was saying, just like this is just a JV, kind of get your young people or newer wrestlers into the sport, just some mat time. And mat time in this sport's huge.
That's right. That's right.
You can practice all you want and work through things, but until you're out there and you see how someone reacts and things like that, you don't really learn how to completely do the technique.
Boyd County's Maya Maston on the mat here over on mat number 1. She's a I can say this because I teach at Boyd County. She is a very, very good student and an exemplary student athlete. I guess she's what you would want.
Exactly right. And that's why wrestling kind of picking up. I don't believe she plays any other sport. So just for her to get the opportunity to come out here and just seeing it grow in that way.
That's right.
Just gives students multiple options of things to do. It's awesome.
Yes, sir. See there on your screen, the Russell wrestler. It was the Ashland wrestler. It was a nosebleed.
Yes.
And he's got something shoved up his nose there to stop the bleeding. But not, I don't want to say typically, but many times when there's a blood time, there's a second blood time.
Oh, normally,
a third blood time.
Because as soon as one speck of blood touches the mat, they have to stop it.
That's right. And I'm thankful they do.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely a great safety precaution.
That's right. I'm thankful until I remember, it's supper time. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
They shove those things up their nose. That has to affect their breathing.
It doesn't just go in the tip of their
nose.
No,
they shove it up in there, yeah.
They touch brain in a lot of cases.
They wouldn't touch yours, Coach.
I walk right into these things, don't I? 10-2 the score here. As Boyd County wrestler trying to break him down, I guess you'd say, get him belly to the mat and flip him over. Under a minute to go here in the third round. Over on mat number 1, still going strong between the two ladies. They're now in the second round. 13-3 is the score. Russell has the advantage in that one. See, they're electing to let his opponent back up. While it does award a point for his opponent, he sees it to his advantage to let the opponent up and refocus. And there he got the takedown, got 3 points. So a 2-point turnaround, and the time expires, the final score of this match, 13-3. We didn't see any, we haven't seen any matches won by a regular decision.
No,
today.
we haven't. Not that I've seen.
1 to 7 points. We've seen tech falls. We've seen, maybe a major decision or two.
1 or 2 probably.
Yeah. And pins.
A lot of pins, a lot of tech falls, yep.
Yep. Maya Maskin doing a great job there, staying at her base.
Yes.
Not giving ground.
And sometimes just riding out the position, trying to get to where you can. I'm not sure. This is the 3rd period, so. But the girl from Russell's doing a great job. She jumps sides.
Yes.
It allows you to use their weight because a lot of times they'll focus on one area. You kind of put their left half down a little harder than their right. You jump to the right side. You get them rolling.
Sure.
It all works out.
And there's your pinfall win for Russell in that match. As action starting to come closer to an end here, I think we've got a few more matches left to go here between the 4 teams. They're all exhibition matches, though, from here on out.
Yeah, so these matches don't count on their official record for KHSA or anything like that.
Right. Just time on the mat.
Exactly.
Experience.
Right. It's almost like a scrimmage to them.
Yeah, and you might see 2 wrestlers from different weight classes.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Waiting to see here. This might be the end of things.
I believe so. I see teams kind of gathering towards the trophy as if they're going to do some sort of presentation.
Exhibition. So, yeah, we got about 2 or 3 more exhibitions. So, rules should be out.
So I spoke with Coach McClellan there took my headset off. He said there's a couple more exhibition matches, 2 or 3 more matches, and then they will have a trophy presentation. And that will conclude tonight's meet. Got two big boys here wrestling on mat number 2.
And if you notice, you say big boys, just kind of made me think of it. The different styles of wrestling that you see throughout wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the same sport, but you get a kid that weighs 120 pounds versus a kid that comes out here at 215, 285.
Yep.
They have different techniques that they work on every day and just different ways that they approach the match.
That's right.
That's one other reason I think wrestling's an awesome sport.
I agree. Well, both wrestlers right now filling each other out. You can hear, I always think it's neat. You can hear all the voices in the background, trying to help them out, trying to coach them up.
Yes. You'll hear parents in the stands. You'll hear them all.
I think it's neat. I'm not the coach anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes those voices.
Yeah. Sometimes they rub you the wrong way, but parents they love their kids and they pour into their kids, and I'm just lucky enough to get a coach mine. So
that's right.
Because I promise you, if I was in the stands, you'd hear me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, your voice carries anyway, buddy.
I don't know if you're saying that as a compliment or not. Coach.
Nope. No, I'm kidding. Still no points yet, but we probably will see some soon. Nope. He's got to get, there we go. 3 points awarded to Ashland for the takedown there. Right at the very conclusion. A matter of fact, the referee signaled the points as the buzzer was going off. Boyd County defers and Ashland chooses bottom here. Over on mat number 1, we've got a couple of girls wrestlers facing off. Been an exciting evening of wrestling, hasn't it, Seth?
It's been awesome. You know, you asked me to do this. I don't know. You brought it up to me about a week ago, and then as the day gets closer and closer, I just get more excited for it.
Yeah,
it's fun just to be in this environment. And like you said, in this, what'd you call this gym?
Historical Alumni Gymnasium.
The nickname for this gym.
The House of Horrors.
The House of Horrors. You know, it's been fun just to be in this atmosphere.
Hey, that nickname, I didn't make that one up. That started in about the early 30s, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just cool to be able to be in this atmosphere and for these kids. Like, you know, they're used to going to these big gyms, and there are a lot of people that come to these events, but it doesn't ever get this loud and never this personal, this close to the mat.
That's right.
Most of the time they're roped off. The fans are up to upper deck somewhere, and
down to a minute to go in the second period of this match. Again, Boyd County comes out victorious in the third ever B.R.A.G meet, and that makes Boyd County 3 for 3.
I believe so.
Yes, sir.
In a row.
Yes, sir. They won the first one at home back 3 years ago at Catlettsburg Gymnasium. Last year, Boyd County victorious in the second annual B.R.A.G meet at Russell, and now this year here at Ashland, Boyd County comes out on top. But I tell you what, it wasn't by a large margin against Ashland. It came down to the wire. Matter of fact, it came down to the last match.
Yes, I believe so. And, you know, you talk about Greenup and Russell. They've closed the gap as well.
That's right. That's right.
They've closed the gap. And each year, I was just thinking about this earlier, if we could go back and watch the technique of the wrestlers 3 years ago compared to the wrestlers now, you know, that's how much the sport grows. And it grows rapidly.
Sure. And then when they do travel other places, like Boyd County traveled to
Alabama,
Ashland. Coach Carberry talking about how they've traveling farther away in the state to face different competition up in Ohio, things like that. It used to be one of those things where, well, we go there to see this competition.
Right.
Well, now we're going there to compete.
Exactly right. Yeah, you want to be a part of that competition.
That's right.
100%.
That's right.
You know, I talk about it all the time. The wrestlers back when I wrestled, like who we considered good wrestlers. You put those wrestlers out here today with these guys.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
yep. You mentioned earlier the Cowboy.
Yes. Oh, that was
Christian
Brawley.
Well, whenever I was the head coach, that was our go-to.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I can teach you one.
You're exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just how the sport goes.
Yep.
But to grow the sports, I can only speak on Boyd County, but you have to bring in guys who's wrestled at a higher level, who was good at the sport, who know the moves.
And they know the mentality.
Exactly.
They know the situational mentality.
Yes. Because all raw don't work in this sport all the time.
No.
You know, we saw great examples of it earlier. Riley in the heavyweight match versus Boyd County, he shoves the guy out of the match.
Yes.
And Coach McClellan's like, hey, keep your head. You're going to get your opportunity.
That's
keep
right.
your head. So it's not all about raw, and I'm a raw guy, so that takes a lot for me to say.
Yeah.
But
as physical as this sport is,
yes.
And it is physical.
Very, yes.
It's also psychological.
Exactly right, yes.
See there, Ashland comes out on top in that match. Over back on mat number 1. Two of the ladies going strong here. 3-2 the score. With 18 seconds to go in the first period. Takedown award there, 5-2 now the score. And the buzzer you hear, that we're one period in. Good matches everywhere we look, Seth.
Oh, yeah. You know, you're getting to see, I believe these girls, I'm going to assume, they probably wrestled already. They're just allowing them to re-wrestle.
Right.
So I'd say a lot of these is their second match seeing each other.
Sure.
And when you see somebody one time, you kind of get a feel for them. You learn what they want to do. It kind of helps you out both ways.
That's the point.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
why you
right.
let them wrestle twice.
Exactly right.
You know?
Yeah.
Thank you again for tuning in to the B.R.A.G meet. It's Boyd, Russell, Ashland, and Greenup. Boyd County comes out victorious in this one as had a good showing.
Yeah.
As did Russell, as did all the teams in their own individual way.
Exactly right, yeah. Like we said, Boyd County and Ashland, they've been in it for so long. Ashland, the longest tenured program here.
Yeah.
But it takes time to build these sports, and it takes time to get buy-in at your school. You know, you're fighting with other sports at this time of the year. You're trying to convince people to come out here and wear tight singlets in front of people and wrestle.
Yep.
And you might get your face rubbed in the mat for 3 periods.
That's right.
It's a hard sport to sell, but once you get kids into it and you kind of get the momentum behind it, you know, I go to Boyd County practices, middle school and high school, you're looking at like 50 kids in the room every day.
That's right. And it's the same way at Ashland.
Exactly right, yes. And I'm sure, I mean, I've seen more kids on each team for Russell and Greenup every year we've done this. So
sure.
It just takes its time.
Good match going on over on, on both mats, but over on mat number 2 as well. Do you happen to know, Seth, what's next on the schedule for Boyd County?
Boyd County tomorrow will travel to Johnson Central for their varsity. They got duels there. The competition will be stepped up there. You're talking about a team, Johnson Central, who's won 18 straight regions. So, you know, you're going in there to try to kind of prove yourself out before region. I believe there's 4 weeks before region.
Yep.
That's their high school. Their middle school is traveling to Martin County, I believe, tomorrow for maybe middle school region.
Yep.
And then I'll be going with the girls team to Perry County tomorrow. So we're going to be all over there. And then we look forward to Saturday. I'm hoping they cancel it. If not, we got youth region in Martin County. And I'll be snowed in at Martin County.
Yep. And if they cancel it, they're going to reschedule it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, we ain't getting away from that one.
One year, the high school region tournament, wrestling tournament was at well, I've got 2 stories for you. That one was at Belfry, and we got there before daylight, weighed in and wrestled all day and came out, and there was about 7 inches of snow on the ground. All the students, all the wrestlers were riding home with parents.
Yeah.
So it was myself and Coach McClellan was my assistant coach at the time, and the bus driver. And the bus driver said, I can make it home if you guys are cool with that.
Are willing.
I'm ready and let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
It took us, I think, about 4.5, almost 5 hours to get home from Belfry, but we made it home.
Exactly. You were home. And I promise you this, I'd rather take 5 hours to get home and be home.
Yes. On the flip side of that, rewind a couple of years before that, the very first year Boyd County brought the wrestling team back, we started with middle school, and we actually had 2 wrestlers placed in the top 10 that year in middle school state. And we were at the middle school state tournament, which happened to be at Montgomery County. And, again, got there early in the morning, wrestled all day. Well, throughout the day, Coach Seth Music and I walked out in the lobby and noticed, wait a minute, it's snowing. So we call David Trimble, who's the athletic director at the time. He said, hey, you know, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll do what we got to do. By the time the tournament was over, there was about 6-7 inches of snow. Difference being we had two wrestlers with us who were going to ride the bus. We couldn't take a bus home with kids on it in that much snow. So they bought us a hotel room, and we spent a night in Montgomery County.
You never know what you'll have to do for the sport.
You never know. And you know what? It's things like those funny stories that you have that build.
It does. Yeah, you're exactly right, you know. That's a story you'll tell whenever you're like 80 in like 2 years or something like that. And
Looks like
You didn't even listen to me.
Oh, I'm listening to you. I'm just ignoring you. It looks like mat number 1 is no more. They're taking the tape up there, so I presume that what the match we're watching
will be our last.
Will be the last one. Then we'll have the trophy presentation. And this one is between a Boyd County wrestler and an Ashland wrestler. As we mentioned, it's an exhibition match. Thank you so much for tuning in to the B.R.A.G Wrestling Tournament here on My Town TV. We're so thankful to be given the opportunity to be here, showcasing some of the athletes in the tri-state that in a sport that doesn't always get notoriety because it's new.
Exactly right. Yeah. We've mentioned it multiple times, but this sport is growing.
Yes.
And it starts off at the bottom. And you're fighting in Kentucky with basketball season right now.
Absolutely.
And we are a basketball state. So, just be able to do this right here, it's a huge part.
That's right. 6-3 your score right now. As a takedown there from the Ashland wrestler. If you're just tuning in, I did say that is Ashland and Boyd County, and yes, Boyd County is wearing purple. And it's a what do you call it? A alternate uniform,
I guess,
theme.
Yeah.
Their theme tonight is there you go, a tribute to Ponderosa.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mustangs.
Yes.
So they've got a horse on the back of their uniform, a Mustang on the back of their uniform. And,
I believe next year that will be the Cannonsburg. What are the Tigers?
Yes, sir.
The Cannonsburg Tigers.
I was a Tiger.
Were you really?
Absolutely.
I was a Cougar.
A Cougar, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Morgan County guy at heart.
Yep, you are. 9-3 the score right now going into round number 3 here between Boyd County and Ashland. And I tell you what, this has been a good match.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of those here this evening.
Oh, for sure. This is actually a varsity guy for Boyd County. He's on the starting roster, but just kind of, you're trying to get weight classes for the other kids from Ashland, so you throw him out there and let him get a little bit more mat time.
Absolutely. Coach Mike Bartley there in between. I think we had a little bit of blood on the mat. Coach Mike Bartley over giving some final instructions. He's another one of those names Coach McClellan mentioned, or one of us mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Very instrumental in building the groundwork of fundamentals in this program.
Yes, exactly, and that's kind of what I was touching on earlier, just the technique that you need to know. And he wrestled at Ashland, I believe. You don't hold that against him too often around here, but
yeah.
I believe that he was at least decent at the sport, and just being around it, growing up around it, it makes a big difference when you teach it.
That's right.
McClellan will be the first to know you when he started into this, and probably you too. I haven't really asked you, but you don't know a lot about it.
Sure.
You kind of have to surround yourself with people who teach you as well as teach the kids. And
I'll be honest with you, the first year it was Seth Music.
Yes, yeah.
And then
another great name.
After that, I'll give you a name. It was Jim Matney.
And you can't beat that
Johnson Central.
one. Yeah, you can't beat that guy.
I would call him and, Coach, I need this, or do you know this? Anytime.
Yeah.
Always willing to do it, bend over backwards.
Yes, he's a great dude. I had the pleasure of playing against him when I played at Boyd, and he was the coach. And he's a Hall of Fame coach. I don't know if he's been put in the Hall of Fame in Kentucky yet, but
sure,
in due time, it's going to happen.
Yes, no question about that. 9-3 the score here. The Ashland wrestler just working on breaking him down, but not an easy task.
Not at all.
And a reversal there. That's 2 points. Still a lot of time left in this round.
This is going to end up being a very close match.
Yes, sir.
I believe the score is truly 7. There you go. They fixed it. 7-9.
11.
What's going on the scoreboard?
I don't know. Now it's 10-7.
Yeah. 9-11.
11-9. That's
okay. That sounds right.
Yeah.
So here, if you're the guy down 2 points, all you got to do is get a reversal. You get the reversal, you're going into overtime. Everybody loves to go into overtime in wrestling.
That's right.
Nobody's tired or nothing.
No.
You mentioned supper earlier, and I haven't quit thinking about it, Coach. I'm going to be honest with you.
Won't be long, buddy.
Not long at all.
A nice crowd on hand here for the B.R.A.G meet tonight. There's a pinning combination, but Boyd County Wrestling there able to quickly fight his way out of it.
You mentioned how this is like a community sport. I just rolled these same mats up for Ashland at Boyd County over the weekend.
There you go.
Yeah, they brought their mats over. You know, they help us out a lot. It's as intense as it got in here with Boyd versus Ashland. You know how you mentioned, Matt, anything you need? That's exactly how it is with Boyd and Ashland when it comes to wrestling.
And there's the end of that match. So that will be your final match here this evening. And the only thing we have left, of course, are shaking hands, showing sportsmanship, which is something that is not only a necessity in any sport, but it's something that's very cherished in the sport of wrestling.
100%. Like I said earlier, that was the most intense I've been around as far as people on the edge of the mats kind of jawing back and forth. It's normally a great job because you're out there and you're giving all you have. And you're trying to pin each other against your will. And most of the time, you've been on both sides of it as a wrestler.
That's right.
And you don't want someone getting up, clapping in your face, acting the fool, or doing whatever. So, you know, sportsmanship is huge. And I think it teaches the kids that in life. It's a great sport for that.
I believe I see one of the Thompson twins coming around with the B.R.A.G trophy, and that may have been it for the trophy presentation. There we go. So that's going to do it for our broadcast. How about that? For Jeremy Sutherland and Jeff Moore and Seth Cottle, I'm Chauncey Griffith. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're honored to have been able to bring you this broadcast. And for everyone else, good night and God bless.